Welcome to sunny Denison Bowling Club for the men's country interzone round robin. My name's Peter Harris, and right beside me is Bowls WA President Doug Kelly. Morning, Doug.
Yeah, morning Peter, and we also he's in shot. We have our new country director in Phil Manning.
Yes.
Very experienced in this arena as far as playing in zones, and welcome aboard, and you'll be hearing his dulcet tones later on.
He's looking forward to it. I know he's said how much he's been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, we're a bit concerned about him being so biased, playing so much bowls for the Northern Zone in his time, but ironically, I also played for the Northern Zone when I first started playing bowls, when the Avon Valley was pushed up into that part of the world, and later on we were pushed out in the Eastern Zone. So I'm totally neutral, Pete.
Of course you are. And I've played for both as well, so I'm definitely neutral.
So there you go.
Funny as I said, it's at the Denison Bowling Club. Two great synthetic greens. How long have they been down? Like 3 or 4 years now?
Yes.
So they're probably in the prime of their life. It's one of those things about the country. I think the stats are about 88% now are synthetic greens in the country. So this is certainly not unusual for either of these teams.
No, so the home ground advantage gets taken away, because there's very little grass, a little bit up and down the coast, of course, where the climate suits and the population's greater. But yeah, once you push off that, there's the percentage would far exceed that 88%, Pete. So it was an interesting stat, and we're seeing in the Metro the same trend, of course.
Yeah. So as we said, Northern playing Eastern. We're concentrating on rink 1, and I'll go through the Northern team, and you can give us the Eastern. So skipping for the Northern is Stephen Fuster. Third, he's from Gin. Chad Eva from Three Springs. Richie Morecambe from Badgingarra. And Kent McConnell from Dandaragan. So that's the Northern team, and they are in the red. So really easy to pick out. Red stickers, red shirts, red scoreboard. And the Eastern team, Doug?
Yeah, conversely, so they're in the yellow with the slash of black across the shoulder, and it's great shirts that these guys wear. And so representing them, we've got Jeff Main from Calabaran as the skip, very accomplished bowler, one of the better bowlers coming out in country WA in my opinion. Ant Ryan's playing 3. I think he may have, he's previously skipped, didn't play last year, but has skipped at this level, and also a very competent bowler hailing from the little town of Walcatcham. Donald Thompson from Tamman playing 2, skips at home, skips in the league side, playing 2 here, has played numerous times at this level and also at all-star level, and he'll be well within his comfort zone. And of course, Kieran Furness, a new bowler to me from Walcatcham, on the mat, and he's just putting down his first bowl as we speak, and what he's finding is he's going straight into the teeth of the breeze.
So I was going to say, unusually there's a bit of a breeze in Denison. The locals said it's really, really quite still today compared to what it has been. But they're pushing up into what we do have, and it certainly has strengthened probably in the last half an hour, and then it'll probably change around. It'll get stronger and lighter. So there might be a little bit difficulty. As long as it's straight up and down, I suppose they can push and pull as required. That's a good start.
Yeah, and it's 21 ends, so you've got time to work your way into the game, but you wouldn't want to get in this company, let anyone get too big a start on you. So, but these guys were picked for a reason, and we're seeing the first bit of luck for the morning. That was the third bowl. But these guys, very accomplished bowlers, they'll adapt very quickly, and I think you'll see a lot of tight heads. Despite the wind, they'll adapt and read it as the day goes on. But it's quite a little bit blustery, Pete, so that makes it a little bit harder, and of course they'll play that narrow hand, will be the go-to hand as often as they can. But we're seeing already that bowls are getting knocked around as Donald Thompson jumps on the mat. And CBH, Pete?
I was going to say, our partnership, our sponsorship, we're really the reason we're here, really. CBH, it's great to have them on board. You certainly have a lot to do with them. What would you like to tell us about?
Well, CBH, for those who don't know, WA's the state's main grain handler, as they're often referred to, and of course they're massive business within rural WA, and are very socially aware and of what goes on and where they can assist, they do. And this is another example. And I know when we spoke to them, about coming on board so to enable us to live stream this event, it didn't take them long to go, well, is there a ladies event? And came on board with that as well, which will be live streaming. I think that's the 11th, and the 11th will be
March,
the Saturday
yep.
of March, where they have come on board for that as well. So
yep.
we're really grateful, that they're being such a socially aware business and massive business, and will be so inclusive with everything they're doing. So so it's great for them to be on board, and hopefully it's a long partnership, Peter, because they've been around forever, and so will the game of bowls. So it was something that overlaps. We cover the whole
they're
state.
Celebrating their 90th
Correct.
anniversary this year, and we're celebrating our 125th. So
Yes.
so we're a little bit older than them, so we can claim some credit. But certainly, and you've got on the screen there's functions, and we'll talk about what they're doing for those annual general meetings and the cocktail function during the games this morning.
Yep.
And of course we'll be covering another game this afternoon, so we'll include exactly what they are doing and what you can do if you sign up and go along and have your say on what they're doing, because they certainly want to hear your opinion. So it's always a good company to be with when they want to hear from you.
Right, yeah. And just so as I've come back onto the green here, we've got Chad Eva, from Carnamar. It's going out on that wide hand to have a look.
Three Springs.
I mean, from Three Springs.
I was going to say, one of us have got it wrong.
They tell me his farm's that big, it probably spreads into Three Springs as well. But here we go, he's swooping in. We're just seeing, that is, he's read that really well, and a great place to end up.
So Easton sticking on that narrower hand. Probably looking to, I think he's looking to turn something more than draw, turning one of their yellow disc bowls. But I think we're going to see a bit of that. Some people are going to get caught wide. You might start on a reasonable line, but you're going to get caught wide if you get the wrong gust.
Yes. And I saw as he let it go, he looked straight to the flags. And I think we might see a bit of that during the day as it settles. I'm not sure the wind will drop off a lot. It'll just change where it comes from.
So of course on the other green we do have Southern and South Coastal.
Yes.
Southwest even.
Yep. And then some big
It
names
used to be
over
called
there.
South Coastal. I've got my history here and I'll go through that later, but it used to be called South Coastal. So Southern West, so we'll bring you up-to-date aggregate scores on that during the morning, obviously, as well as this one. We'll have this particular rink score, and once we get a score, the scoreboard will pop up, I'm sure, and we'll also have an aggregate board for this, because that's the most important thing. They may, the winner of here may not win the aggregate, so the most important thing in these kind of bowls, in pennants and round robins, is the aggregate. So they'll both be looking at the aggregate board more so even than their rink score.
Very fluent action. As Gunchy Main, as they call him.
He's a tall man.
Tall man, but he gets down and he sweeps through the line. So that may have changed it. Still got one. So Steve Fuster, Gin will swing onto the wide hand.
And he has been around a long time. I don't want to say his age, but seems about like he's one of those bowlers you see everywhere and has done everything. It's just slightly tight, but the weight was really good.
He has. He's been around the traps, as you know, and plays bowls on Thursday at Sorrento. So the wind would not be something new to him. Maybe the direction may be different, but that's something won't be as troublesome to him as perhaps some of the wheat belt guys.
Yeah. And with my lead in about age, Doug, I do hear maybe you might have had a recent birthday. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Don't have to give anything away.
No, it was. I was duly reminded of it yesterday. No, it was a great day, and everyone joined in the fun of it all. And
party last night back at your place?
No, we were just a few quieties. We went out for a meal with the Mannings, with Phil and Nola, and just had a couple of quieties. Nothing too big. You know, today's a big day, important day.
It's a really good shot here.
That's
going
classic.
To nestle into those, and we'll hang up.
And
you'd expect that to be shot.
They're looking.
even 2. So
Change 2. Great bowl. First bowl on that hand.
yeah.
The troll, and just to perfection.
So Stephen Fuster looking to push, just struggling to get back, just the weight holding it on the outside. So well, the Eastern Zone is certainly away on this rink.
So that's a 2.
I think it's, yep, there we go, is a 2.
So great conversion by Jeff Main.
Yes.
Who's part of a pretty classy Eastern Zone side again this year, after they were victors last year down at Bustleton. So I think they made about 8 changes.
So they are the defending champions.
Champs.
Not sure how many are in this team that were in last year, because obviously you get changes year to year. People play better. For those who don't know, about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, the inter-league round robin was played, where all the 20-odd leagues came together in their 4 respective zones, and from that competition, these players are selected on how they went that weekend. So it's pretty cutthroat. You could be really good all year, but have maybe an average weekend, and you don't get selected, even though you might be one of the best. But
absolutely,
it's one of the best ways to go, and that's a pretty good start. Suddenly he's coming with the breeze.
And 2 to Eastern in the first end.
Eastern, 2-0 up, first end, and right on the jack the next end. Can't ask for much more. So I don't know much about Kieran Furness either from Wiley.
Nor do I. I don't know a lot about him. I know he's hasn't been in Walcatcham for a long time, and for a while, and so new to Walcatcham and new to their league, new to their zone. So, but we've seen in the first 2 ends, he knows how to. He certainly knows how to bowl.
Yeah, definitely.
And interestingly, Pete, would you think they've swung on to this hand? I would have thought maybe they would have played the tighter hand, or not?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe that's a reflection of the pace of the green. It's not overly quick.
Yeah.
So it's not going to swoop. The wind's not going to make
it
swoop.
Even though this is the wider hand, it's not hooping out there, is it? It's not swooping off the bank. So.
And it's the go-to hand for both sides.
Yeah.
So. And for obvious reasons, the shape of the head as we go down. And Donald Thompson, left-hander.
Yeah, he'll trick us a couple of times. I'm sure certainly he'll trick me. I call forehand, backhand, and that's a great shot. Front toucher.
And own half the back bowls. Richie Morecambe hails out of Badgingarra. I've got a long history with Richie. He used to live in Cundon and had a business there, married a local girl. Then eventually shifted up to Badgingarra and farms there. I played a lot of cricket with Richie, and that's a magnificent
it's a great
response.
Shot. Sets the head up really well, even though they're down.
Good cricketer was Richie. Used to keep wickets for us. He's really well balanced. He'll be suited to this game. His hand-eye is extraordinary. And those guys who do play hand-eye sports adapt quickly into this game. And Richie's another one, and I know he's a very good club man. He was when he was with us, and there's another great ball from Donald Thompson as we speak.
Well, it's a high standard here to to keep up.
I reckon I might be covering the back about now, because I can see this changing real soon. As Steve looks over his shoulder. So we'll see Richie skips at Badgingarra, so I think this won't be out of his ability.
So he's asked for about 6 feet of weight here, so not too much.
Very poised in his delivery. Has he got the weight? I'm not sure he's got the weight for what he's been asked.
Yeah, I think, well, Stephen likes it. Could have done with probably another metre, but...
northern bowl at the back with the red sticker on may be of value in a minute.
Does look like it's going straight there, doesn't it?
Yeah. Ant Ryan, another big man, but he's a great bowler. I do rate him.
It wasn't last year before, maybe Country Week, he went really well in multiple events. Didn't end up winning anything, and that quite often happens, but in every event he got down to like quarterfinals kind of stuff, so certainly showed he could play then.
And you have to understand that when they come from a smaller wheat belt town, you're not necessarily, they'll split the teams up evenly, and so you have to do a lot of rowing, so he's more than capable of that, of course.
So we've got contact here now, so it's a matter of how far.
Chad's played that beautifully and converted. Steve Fusey briefly flicked his hand and finger in the air.
Yeah,
they both got shot.
There's a dispute already.
Yeah.
So although it was a very well played bowl, it's probably actually made it a little bit worse for them if they're still down. There's still a wall of bowls to run into, but the jack's not quite going to where it was. So he's just been caught wide again. He will need to adjust his settings to bring it in a little bit. He got caught going the other way as well.
The weight he seemed to have on that looked to it like he had that under control, but the line, of course, with this wind, it has
it's one of those
slightly.
things, even though you know where you have to put it, if it's not a natural thing to do, it's hard to make you do it, even though you know you should be coming tighter than what you think.
Yeah, and with our commentary looking side on, we don't see if there's whether it's drifting a bit as well, so we don't see the vagrancies that get created by the wind being from the angle it is. And that playing, we talk about playing that wider hand, it will be the truer hand, with the shape of this breeze, which is a bit above a breeze, I think, Peter.
Yeah, I think it's only getting stronger, which is a worry. I think our tent's going to hold together. That's the important thing for us.
That's right. So what's his shot here? I mean, he'll peel that off on his backhand, do you think? Or they both got a similar shot for both of them.
Yeah, well, if I was...
So as we see the screen, we think that he can peel that off on his backhand, both being right-handers, of course.
I expect he's staying backhand, just drawing shot. If he trails the jack around the corner, it's even better. So if he can trail that jack like 2 feet around that corner, he's got his bowls waiting for it. And he hides it away, which is pretty good weight for that.
And a good home if they run.
Yeah, and then Stevens on the other hand, trying to get some turn on the bowl onto the jack. He's got all his out the other side.
So he's going to be reaching, and he is.
It is. It's a wall, but he's...
Well, that'll be a good sider. He had a fair look at that, so we'll see what happens with his next one. And Gunch, Jeff Main, the same deal.
Yeah.
You can just tuck that round the corner.
He may just lose a couple of feet, but still trying to tuck.
He's interested.
Yeah, he's getting down well. He's very close to this. That's a great shot.
Yes, as Phil Manning, there's a bomb.
Probably doesn't change Stevens' shot. He gets onto his own. It just really, takes its place.
And Chad's just repeated exactly what you said. Only one down, but there's a shot on.
Yeah. You wouldn't think there's a going out clean. He's got to collect something on the way out, so... Runs into the pack, which he is quite close to. It's a matter of whether he gets down enough.
Ooh.
No.
Fair effort. Just the one?
So another 1 to Eastern. They'll go to 3-0.
Yep. And the standard settled into a high standard already, Peter.
Really good.
I really thought it might take a little bit, and then we'd see a few shorties as they're especially pushing up the hill into this breeze. But no, there's not. It's been really tight.
Really strong.
So,
and it's downwind. I'd expect better heads downwind than upwind. This is the way that if we're going to get any spread of ends around, you'd expect it to be this way.
Yes.
It's generally harder to push into that breeze with consistency. So
very strong on the mat is Karen.
Yeah, so he's gone into this wider hand straight up again. He gets all of the jack. Well, that slowed it down a little bit.
So Phil, what do you think? What do you think this is running at, Pete? Or Phil, do you have a? What would you call this? What do you think this is running at?
It's probably running about 13. You reckon 13 and a half, maybe?
Around
upwind, 13 upwind, 14 downwind. That kind of,
yep.
I think that kind of area.
So, and a lot of these guys aren't specialist leads. Not that it matters, you know. Everyone has a draw's got to be.
That's the thing of the selection of when you go up the grades. And it's the same with the state team. Generally, the better players do play back end. That's just the way things go at club level. You need your best players playing back end. Doesn't mean they can't lead.
No, exactly. It means they're very good at drawing.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. Can they draw a shot? So can they not try and sit somebody off when opposition draw a shot?
Yeah, well, I suppose tempering.
Unless of course they're connecting, then it's fine.
Yeah, well, that's right. Tempering that instinct is what we're saying. Yeah, it's
definitely a mindset you've got to go into. I'm just here to draw a shot.
Yeah.
Some can do it, and then there are others that, no matter how good a draw shot they are, they just
see it and their eyes light up.
Yeah, they get.
Of course, Richie playing at Badgingarra, and they'd be playing against teams from Cervantes and Jurien Bay, so they'll be just well attuned to this breeze.
So they're the next. Are they the next league down from
here?
Batavia. This is Batavia League.
Yep.
Yes. So they're the next league down.
Yep. So coastal teams within their comp, and it's already showing that Richie Morecambe has quickly adjusted to this and has started off really well.
There's a stat I got. I will say just how important I suppose this event is to some, like the distance they travel to be at Denison, and obviously there are shorter trips than this. I suppose Albany, Esperance, Denison, the outliners from everywhere, but there is someone here from Esperance in the southern team, and so it's over 1,000 kilometres,
which just highlights,
which is incredible for a weekend of bowls.
And it just highlights the significance that live streaming has to this event. So, you know, friends and family, teammates from Esperance and from that league can be tuning in and watching one of their own, you know, strutty stuff on the big stage. So
it's just really over 1,000. So if they drove here, might have got on a plane, I suppose, but so it's a 10-hour, 43-minute trip by the maps, and 10-hour, 43 trip home by the maps. So 11 hours, 22 hours round trip minimum, you would think. There's roadworks coming up, as we found out. Roadworks going on, so that's a huge commitment. Huge commitment.
So Esperance, I know we were talking about it last night, and Phil was the same, where they had to play a game in Esperance zone and then the stateside play. Did you play in that?
Yeah, we went on a plane.
Yes, and so did these guys.
And then we got washed out, so we didn't end up hardly playing.
8 ends. 8 ends? Yeah, 8 ends for a flight for 8 ends of bowls. But it was a good 8 ends.
It was a great 8 ends. It was quality 8 ends.
So, and then Kingy, Brad King, well known in the Geraldton region and statewide, and great bowler, and Phil Manning, our Country, well, it's close. Same thing. You chartered a plane, Phil, and flew down and for 8 ends of bowls. What you do for a game of bowls.
Like, you did get through the tournament, did you? You did get through the round robin. So, and then the heavens opened up in the afternoon. So, of course, in that heavens opening up, we had to get back on the plane, which it was only a little plane. It wasn't. Yeah, there's a lot of shaking going on. There's a few nervous flyers amongst the group, so it's quite an experience.
So as we cross over, I think Northern are holding 2 there, but people, all 3 of us have played been lucky enough to play in the zone. How old would you have been when you started? Of course, you won 2 Country Week singles championships when at the age of 19, 20, somewhere around there.
So I was 20 for my first inter-league. I think my first inter-zone was actually playing... No, was I playing? No, I played 3 for Phil sitting next to me in Geraldton, in Wanthala. We've got things flying around. Worried about the TV. We've got a monitor in front of us.
Actually, when that turns into a westerly, Peter, that might be a danger there.
It'll come at us. So I think I was 20 when I played my first inter-zone round robin.
And we talk about pathways as Gunchi Main comes down, crossing over Couple Light, but he's going to reach into the area. Nearly, just chops the head. So did that get you into the state side, do you think? Or the squad?
I got in the same state side. I was selected for the state side that year, so the next year I played, but that, yeah.
So,
yes.
and the point I make
so
is...
it was, yes, so that was definitely a catalyst, because I do remember, I can't remember whether the inter-league round robin and a couple of the state selectors actually came down, and they had lunch on the second day, and we played 5 games at that point in the inter-league, and we just our table happened to be next to theirs, and I was skippering, and you could, the state selectors talking to the league selectors said, "Why are you putting the young bloke skippering? You're just killing him. You're just killing him." And they said, "Have you looked at what he's..." So I was 4-0 up and about 120 shots up at that point. So it was interesting just listening in, and the whole 8 of us, I think, were just listening to what these state selectors were saying. It's quite interesting.
I guess part of it's talent identification, but this is a pathways for people to progress.
Definitely.
And Warren Holt from Wagens, great example, a current example of that, and played in the state side this year, just picked up the state pairs with his good mate Mark Wannenberg. But it's pathways, and this live streaming, the selectors won't see all the bowls, but this is a bit of a help for them.
No, it's definitely like my old mate Maury Kamiri is over on Rink 5 for the Eastern.
Yes.
We won a state pairs together, but he played state bowls. It would have come through events like this when he was really serious, I suppose.
I can assure you Maury's still serious. That competitive streak does not leave.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, I can imagine that does not leave him.
Actually, there's we'll go through it later on as we'll be around a little bit longer, but some of the names scattered through this is, there's some big names, some great bowlers right through these 4 zones, Pete.
Yeah. So we did reminiscing. We missed that big 4 from yeah. Phil's team got 4.
Yeah, I was distracted because I could see that head building
reminiscing,
the wrong way.
Yeah. So suddenly it's 3-4.
And on the back of the second in Richie Morecambe just starting and giving them something to sit and rest.
Exactly.
And the importance of having that depth in your team, and the seconds just whether they're drawing or covering, and the seconds from both sides have been very good early.
Oh. No, we don't want to give Phil a microphone.
So that's the loosest of the starts we've had so far.
They switched back to the... We'll say the narrower side, but I don't think it's... Sometimes it's narrow and sometimes it's not, depending on what gust they get.
Yeah.
Because the breeze is nearly straight down the green, but it's not quite.
And they're just searching for which hand to settle into as it goes on, but... You're dead right. The gustiness of the breeze is is the bit that's getting them. They're very lucky it's not running 17, 18 seconds, Pete.
Let's just check if we got Phil wired for sound. Would you like to have just to speak into that microphone?
Morning, boys. Yeah, have you got me?
Have we got him? Yes, we have. We have got you. No, now he's got nothing to say.
Work already.
He's been talking and talking and talking, and suddenly put a microphone in front of him. He's got nothing.
I'm just watching my team.
No barracking allowed.
No.
Family member.
High standard here.
You got a family member out there somewhere, haven't you?
I have, yeah. My cousin Bruce. Yeah.
Cousin Bruce is
He's
skippering on rink 4
against Maddie.
Maddie France.
Maddie France.
Well, that'll keep him entertained.
Oh yeah, they're good mates anyway.
Actually, talking of family members that we've got scattered through here, as Richie Morecambe puts another one down on his backhand, is we've got Chad Eva. His
Vicky.
mum is, of course, is
Vicky.
Vicky Eva, that plays at Mozzie Park, and is one of our great umpires that we have at Bowls WA. Actually represented Australia as an ITO at the Commonwealth Games just held in Manchester. So it just shows there's a pathway that you can go through there.
Definitely
Good
one
bowler
of our best.
and definitely one of our best. So hopefully she's tuned in and watching. As
just go. That's
well done. 2 good bowls.
Yep, corrected that 3 feet of weight that he needed. So he started well.
So Chad, as we speak, is on the mat. He's got that bowl to sit that's a bowl and a half behind Jack. So that'll set his weight. There's no reason to be short here.
No, I think he's pushed it wide.
Which will be easy to do.
So 2 shots currently to Eastern. Anthony, we're trying to just maybe take away the sit that's currently there. You can just flop inside it, flop behind the jack. It just slides on through, but
still in the game.
Yeah, maybe even the count, it's pretty close. This is a better line. It's a matter of whether he doesn't get the gust or not.
Pretty handy, I reckon. Second shot.
Well, not going to fall against that wind, I'd suggest.
No. No. Yeah, so second shot, and it's about a bowl and a half in front of the shot bowl, so it's actually made a bit of a shelf as well.
I heard someone just yell out, "Come on, win, where are you?" I think it's there.
Oh, that'll help. Little touch off the outside.
Wobbles in and made 2,
yeah,
I'd suggest.
Made 2, but so that shelf still sits there, so
yeah, you have to be less discerning with your weight, you know, because you've got things to use.
Yeah, you'd just be arriving up, looking to sit something.
So as we can see, obviously, Rink 2 from here, we see Chris Shell, who will be live streamed this afternoon, playing Shane Judici Nen, in which will be quite a tussle.
Yes.
Very talented, those 2 rinks.
We'll have to get on to the locals. We've been told there'll be somebody updating the aggregate board.
Yeah, no,
here we go.
As we speak.
We see someone with a pad and pencil walking along the back rink, so we're going to get an aggregate board in a minute. I'm guessing that Northern will be in front. Just looking at the boards along the... We'll try and get you some individual scores as we go along, but...
So that short blue bowl of Eastern may be just causing a bit of grief here. May just have to adjust his weight. He's going to arrive.
Yeah, he's got a bit more weight than he had last time, that's for sure.
He's got 3 metres over, that's for sure, yeah.
Jack movement, or has he got a hole? He's got the jack.
And he got stalled. Oh, we still might have one.
Still mix and match. Did you say we might have one?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Did you hear that, Phil?
Yes, I did. Yes. No barracking. Oh no, we can barrack, Doug.
On the new. So
It's hard not to.
So,
Well, not
everyone listening to this, just listen to me,
Yeah.
and you'll get the truth, and you'll get the half truths from the other two.
Yeah. It's hard not to be parochial.
But a bit of room here from Jeff. So the ways,
It's easy to say it's bread and butter for him, but
a bit of breeze. He just needs to arrive a little. Might need a pinch. No, I think he's doing enough. That's a good shot.
yep.
Has to be shot. Yep.
So the aggregate board's up, but
Yeah,
both
it
Phil
looks-
and I aren't quite
No, we're not
confident that that's
convinced on
correct.
that. No, I can see the first.
I
three
see more on
rinks,
red than yellow to
4,
me.
5. First 3 rinks, Northern's up by 6 shots.
Yeah, I think it might be the other way around.
Yeah, I think he's got it wrong. I might go for a cruise and have a look.
Well, I might have been a bit quick writing that score down. It may be too.
Got the big tape out.
So Chad holding one.
stretching?
He's
I think it's two.
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 So
Two
that,
to Eastern.
which pushes them to a 5-4 lead after 4 ends, and I'm sure Chad's mum would have been watching that he had all the bowls chocked and
Yes,
was doing
he'd
everything according to her standards, and she'll be straight on the phone to chastise the young fella if it's not.
She'll
So
be taking notes.
yeah, no, she's very.
I'll give her some
very
notes
good.
if she's not.
Yeah. Between her and Sue Hogg, and there's a lot of them actually. I shouldn't single too many out, but they do a great job.
They
And
certainly do.
they're so dedicated and so professional, and they've created a real good little bowling community, umpiring community.
They're working hard on, especially on those new ITOs, and one of them's playing at Stephen
Fuster.
Beckwith,
Beckwith,
who
sorry. Yeah.
who marked our men's state singles final last week.
Yes.
So he's not only going well in his bowls, but he's also taking it to the next level in the officiating as well. So it's good to have those good players who know their way around a head and can call a head pretty well for a singles player. That's pretty useful.
Yeah, and for him, there's purpose with it. You know,
Yes.
he's a very professional young man, but with the Com Games coming up in Bendigo, in Victoria in 3 years' time, by then, he'll be right in the chop
There'll
up
be
for
plenty
that.
of opportunities.
And he may not be the only one. And with the mentors I've got, well, like we say with Sue Hogg and Vicky Eva, and with the guys side, Dave
Van Horn, or
Dave
Killich
Van
Van Horn.
Watch.
Really good shot there
Just
from
watching
Kieran.
that one from Kieran.
Kieran,
Great.
2 good shots.
So we've got a great leadership group within that, as we're filling up that pipeline. And you had a chat to them the other day. They're going to move into the country and try and build up the stock out, the numbers out there.
Certainly,
as
we've
well.
got our P&As out into the country.
Yep.
Doing good jobs in coaching and umpiring courses. There's a bit of fine tuning going on at the moment, and a bit of conversation about the online things, and which gives more country people much more opportunity from a distance. You can do most of your stuff for an umpiring course at this stage primarily online, and then you only have to do the on green to get your accreditation, which is much easier than it ever has been. So if you're a budding umpire out there and want to get your umpiring, online is now available, and you should just be jumping on and come through the office through BowlsLink.
Yeah.
If you have a BowlsLink log in BowlsLink, and Bowls Learn is on the left hand side on tab, and have a look.
So distance doesn't become an excuse.
No, there's no excuse anymore for distance.
And embracing that change, it's hard sell sometimes, and people talk about just want to do it on paper, want to do this, want to do that, but it's just the way of the world. Where
if you're coming down for Country Week, we do have a couple of on-green sessions where you'll be able to actually finalise your accreditation as long as you've done the online previously. So if you're coming down for Men's Country Week, there's one before Men's, and the Ladies Country Week, one before the Ladies. So get the online done, put your name down, and get your on-green done while you're at Country Week. And you go back to your club and umpire, which I'm sure they'll be very happy to see you with your accreditation.
Just done a bit of reconnaissance out there. I don't know how the board says Eastern by 5, because I make it Northern by 6.
I'll have to give you the pad and pencil.
On the far side are all square. One's 2 up and the other one's 2 down. Continue on from there. There's red up 4, 5, 6. Anyway, perhaps I couldn't. I can't spell, but I think I can add up. So the Ag Board Master is 11 shots out.
Yeah, so it should read. I'm just trying to add them up myself. What the exact scores will be?
It's
6, 7, 9, 12. 12 to Eastern, the yellow. Will be 12.
Because it may have changed since I walked back.
Probably.
So
So
might
we're
have
just a
changed
bit
the
of a
board
guess.
too.
5.
Anyway,
And,
it's only early days.
17 to Northern. So it's 12 to 17 by our adding up on the aggregate board.
So Phil, and what about over on the other, on B green?
Yeah, well, I'll run over and have a look in a minute and I'll come back and let you know.
17 to Northern.
Yeah, he's got it well wrong.
17 red, 12 yellow. So I'm sure he'll correct that on the next pass through when he has a look at his numbers.
I'm going to get a pen and paper.
So the thirds haven't done a lot here. They haven't crowded the head.
No.
See if Jack can improve on his first. He was a bit short with his first, and he's going to push something up. Is that
And
yellow?
against
So
him,
that's
so that's maybe three lights.
3 light to 3 to Eastern. Not a great setup
No.
for Northern.
A little bit of traffic in front. Maybe a shoulder he could use, but Steve's sort of talking
Yeah.
that backhand.
He's talking the backhand. It's a matter of whether he's just trying to draw through a hole, just to try and get second shot to start with.
Well, it looks like he's got about 18 inches to get second shot, which should be a good start.
And Jeff will just be looking to add. Won't be trying to open it up, just be trying to. He's on the forehand, so it's the narrower side.
He's looking, so he's liked it out of the glove.
He's got a bit of running to do. It's not going to quite get down. Perfect line. Oh, Stephen's got aggressive.
Yeah,
He's
and he's-
decided he's going to
he's
go under
reaching.
the red up the front. So he's coming up the hole on his forehand.
And he's using ditch weight.
He's sliding under wall. Just got the
got his-
touch.
Off his own. Got the glide,
Yeah, so he's
feathered it into the ditch. No result at all.
so 3 down still. Playing that shot, really all he's got is to kill it, really. That's his only
Yes.
good result.
So, and Jeff needs another metre on his last, which I'm not convinced he's got.
No, perfect line again. He may fill the hole when they step back. So he's gone back to the draw. So he'll be looking to slide under his own bowl, his own red bowl out there. He slides under that and stops, of course, but he has got a bit of weight on him. Oh, it's not getting any better. 2, 3. They might even look for a 4th.
It's definitely 3.
Only 3 now.
3 rolled out.
So it's
and
Jack high bowls. No,
Three-
didn't
three's
change the thing. So 3 shots to Eastern. That'll put them 8-4 up on that rink.
So, Peter, looking through the rest of the sides, did anyone stand out as far as any of the zones that you thought, well, these guys will be unbeatable? Do you think the home ground
No.
advantage will account for much?
No, I don't think. No, I think we said at the start, the introduction of synthetics really does count that down a bit. While there may be some wind advantage, certainly the coastal teams down south have just as much wind as what they do up here, so that shouldn't be an advantage either. So there's less and less advantage for the home team, I think. apart from they didn't have to come very far.
Yes.
and they've played on this green before. They've played on this green many times before, so that certainly can't hurt either.
The southern side looked pretty good. I mean, the eastern side, eastern zone, you know, there's probably 8 changes from last year, but the ins and outs, everyone that came in is as good as anyone that went out, and they won it last year. So I really do expect them to be up, in amongst it.
Yep.
Northern, of course, just scattered with some, whether it be your Bruce Mannings and Shane Judici-Nan and Michael Fords of the world that are superstars, and Steve Fuser. So I think they'll be up and
Definitely.
about. So there's probably nothing splits them.
Nothing splits them. Southern's got the state pairs champions there
together.
Warren Holt and Mark Wannenberg playing together. Got John Davidson, who did really well at Country Week last year. Again, one of those blokes who didn't win anything but was in everything. And I know pushing, he came in. It's a reasonably warm week, and he'd come in. Oh, can I have 5 minutes? You can have 5 minutes. That's all you got. If you want to keep winning, you got to get back out there. That's the penalty you pay for trying to win multiple events. So he was pretty buggered by the end, but he played really well all week. And then the Southwesterns, you got the Mark Simpsons and Ben Garretts, who've had Metro Premier League experience. Gary Keeps in the over 60s team.
Yeah, young Drayton.
Drayton is a really good player.
And they did really well.
Rate him.
Yeah, so do I. They did really well over in the BPL
Cup. He played really well.
Yeah.
Over at Pine Rivers, that didn't overawe him. So
young Conway has played plenty of All-Stars. He's a great bowler.
Comes from the juniors.
Yep.
And the same as in here with the Northern team. We've got Tom Brooks, who's leading for Bruce Manning. He might be just coming out of juniors.
Yes.
He won a junior title last year, so a really good up-and-coming young player. He's over there on rank 4, leading for Bruce Manning. He's a big lad.
He is.
I know he does play football, and I can imagine he would scare a few because he's got the size about him, really, really solidly built, fit young man.
Yeah, and then just running through the eastern side, where you've got they got a really solid front end, but Flay, Shell, Sharp, France, and Main. Really good, and you go through the threes, really solid with Maury Cremeri and Ant Ryan and Aaron Smutty Smith from Westonia and Philly Jones from York, previous pairs winner.
So there's a lot of experience in all the teams. So
yeah, there is scattered through them. So
it wouldn't be a surprise if any one of them won it. I wouldn't have thought to me.
Actually, they go into this. Everyone has the opportunity.
I think
it's
so.
Just the luck and what happens on the day or the weekend. But they're in good company. If you're not there's no easy games.
Definitely not. So.
I just been for a run over the other green. Not good news for the Southern. They are down on every rink. Southwest are in front 24-6 at this stage.
Ooh, that's a flying start.
I just said to the state pairs skipper, I haven't got much good news to report back here.
No.
Anyway, it's early days.
Yes. So can he turn something good? Just sliding, wriggling, falling.
And
they're taking anything at the moment.
You probably need a third wick when you play a bowl like that.
Yeah. We just need a double flop. So Easton's still got shot, according to Jeff. So he'll be trying to beat that last bowl here, Anthony. Just sliding in underneath. Little front toucher. I got the bowl waiting for it. Certainly track's good. Might be just to lose a little bit of speed. Really good try.
A rub of any description would have been handy.
Yeah.
For that one of Ants.
Just right in the area. So Chad's staying on this forehand. So he's trying to
sit the wall, do you think?
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's trying to be we'll find out soon.
I think he wants him to draw around it, actually.
Draw around the front
around it.
He said under works, but round it's better.
It's a tough shot. So he got the line right, but had about 6 feet too much. So there's a lot of looking on the crossover.
Yeah.
It looks like there could be like 4 bowls, nearly all very similar distance, 2 each.
Northern owns a Bacchus bowl, whether that may influence the weight that he plays through there, sweep through the green bowl of Ant Ryan's, or
I'm guessing the front green, the yellow stickered green bowl is the shot.
I think the blue one at the back could be even in the count, or maybe
As well,
shot
too?
yeah, you could be right.
Could have a couple there.
So just sticking on that backhand, just I assume just drawing in there. He's got nothing else to. Doesn't need to invent any shots here. His line's pretty good if the breeze leaves him alone.
Pretty good bowl all round, I think. Yeah.
Well, that's definitely made.
That's at least 2.
Definitely 2 now.
Yeah, it's 2 fingers go up from Ant Ryan. But 2 bowls to come from Northern.
Stephen might be travelling with a bit more weight here. He might get a bit more aggressive underneath that front roll now. He's in the area. Can he hold to the green? He didn't hold to the green, and nearly. Don't think he did any damage.
It's taken that probably draw shot on the forehand out for him, and now you'll be having to play through on the backhand with weight.
Yeah, we're feeling
breeze and the swung to the west, so that may be the temperature may drop.
Yeah, so that green, the breeze is nearly straight across the green now. So there's definitely a wide and narrow hand now because that breeze is.
Yep,
got
temperature's
a little bit
4
cool.
degrees.
Yes. Have to go get a jumper for me, Phil.
I bought one. I don't know why I put it in, but you never know.
We'll hope it's not tricking us.
Well, so what's going to happen here?
Yeah, I would have thought he's changing. Good call from Chad. He's still playing weight. He's playing weight through that yellow stickered green bowl.
Sit, yeah, hit that one and sit for shot.
They have the Bacchus. There's the flags on your screen. It's pretty lively breeze. Hasn't played a lot of weight.
It's a bit close, isn't it? Oh, a bit tight.
What's he get off the pack is the
Might
question.
he rolled
geez.
2 in. He rolled 2 yellow ones.
Wow. Wow.
I think it might have called for a bit more weight than that, but
I think so. I think he was a bit underweighted, but that's really unlucky.
Yeah,
Potentially made
2 bowls.
3.
Oh my God, yeah.
2, 3.
Has to be 4, maybe 5. That was a nasty little shot. Does it result anyway?
you know, he's pulled out one of his mum's old tapes by the look.
Vicky only has the mod stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it might be the hand-me-down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be the hand-me-down. The ones she's...
So, Pete, talking the technology they're using now with the laser measures.
Yes.
You know your knowledge on them.
My knowledge on them. Yeah, no.
Thoughts
some
on
people
them.
really.
Thoughts
My
on
thoughts
them
on them.
Yeah.
Some people really believe in them. I'm still on the fence. I'm still on the fence.
I spoke to the umpires at state singles as that tape runs.
I don't think they get it wrong. I'll give you that. I don't think they get anything wrong. But I think
they only back them to a certain
4 shots.
4 shots.
So a certain percentage. Obviously, the better. There's a few of them out there. The better the one, the more is refined. Which is why in our rules we only allow the umpires to use the better one, just so because that is a much more refined one.
They have,
but there's still a rounding process.
Yes.
So if it's 20.26 centimetres, they'll round it to 20.2 centimetres. The good one, or I'm not sure how many decimal points.
I think the good ones go down to 4, which means it's really close. But
so it's really close, yeah.
So, but they do say that they like them up to in a certain range.
Yes.
They really trust them.
Yep.
Outside a certain range, the radar picking up, the laser picking up the ball is sometimes difficult.
Yep.
Because you don't see it in
That's
daylight. But
yep.
they see that as a little bit of an issue. So there's a bit of learning to go on as we see a great start.
Yeah. up
Yeah.
12-4, and then Dobbs one straight on just
Yeah.
to keep the pain going, not only on the scoreboard, on the green. So it's a really good shot by Kieran. I'm sure they'll get better. I'm sure they haven't finished where
Yes.
they'll end up.
They seem really, reading between the lines. They're really keen for it to, for it to develop further, so
Yeah.
they can be. It takes out any vagrancies.
Oh, no.
Great set.
Yeah,
stays
great.
with
Just got half
Yeah, good set.
a piece of jack rather than half a jack, so he's leading really well.
Yeah, this young fella leading, he was pretty excited but very nervous about playing, and this is his first time. He was absolutely wrapped.
Kent.
Started off really well. He's just lost a little bit. His line's been good. He's just
So Kent's one of those like yourself, Phil, those country players who do play a bit of midweek pennants in Perth. So Kent plays for South Perth midweek pennants.
Oh, is that right?
So I believe.
As Phil and myself, as Phil will back up here, we do as well. And the amount of country guys that we come across, especially through, Joondalup, South Perth, they go there for some reason.
Yeah, Manning's got a few. Manning
quite a few. Your
Yeah,
Daryl
you tend to get your leagues going to certain places together.
Matty France, Daryl Hudson.
The South Perth, like
Trevor
the
Jones.
Moras, Dan all those
Cervantes, yeah.
Cervantes, they tend to go to South Perth,
And we've
which
got
is good for their bowls. It's good for the midweek competition.
3 Avon guys at Aussie Park.
Yep.
We've said it's lifted the average IQ of Osmond Park quite a bit, but that's always that not everyone agrees
There'll be
with
someone.
that.
They're not playing pennants yet, so there'll be someone
Nobody's
listening.
Yeah. They won't be able to work the technology, so there won't be. No, great club. I see they're really embracing the city, the metro clubs, and they encourage it, and they give us a bit of a free ride. I'm not sure I'm up to where they let me play, but they do. They let us get a bit further than what we're entitled to, but it's a great environment to develop your bowls in.
Yes.
We get to play against some great bowlers, and here's Richie Morecambe.
Richie, can he hold the line? Just going to slide underneath.
Oh, so close.
Close.
Underneath.
A bit more casual on Thursdays too, Doug, obviously.
It depends whether you're winning or losing as to how important that Thursday pennants is, Phil.
Yeah, it's
I've picked
not
up
like
on
Saturday
that.
Premier League. Thursday Premier League's a bit more casual.
Yeah, it is.
That aggregate board's been updated, Phil. Are you happy with that?
Oh, it probably
Can
is
you do
right
a
now.
just
And
do a
probably-
background check?
Yeah,
Just
I can't see over the other side. I think it's 9-3 there. I'll check it out for you, just in case, and see if he's on the ball. Eh?
see if he's woken up.
I'll go for a spin.
So Phil's just going to go for a walk and then get some aggregate scores for us. So on this rink, we do need Northern to play a couple of good bowls here. 12-4. It's 8 shots after only 6 ends, and this is
Chad's
the
played a
remedy.
blinder.
That helps a lot.
It's a
That's a
blinder.
great shot.
Well done from Chad Eva. Needed that.
Chad he came in yesterday afternoon, and I'm sure internally he was very happy that he was going to be on the live stream rink, but so the only thing I don't want to do is a wrong bias.
Is that right?
So I don't care if I don't play well. Well, I do care. I do care if I play well, but the only thing can go wrong is I play a wrong bias. So
far, so
it's
good.
quite nervous.
And with that advantage of having an 8-shot lead after 6 ends, is you can be more inventive in the shots that you play.
Yeah, if you're only 1 down and there's a possibility of making a 2 or 3, you might just take that opportunity when maybe you wouldn't if you're in the other situation. If you're 4-12 down, you just need all the shots you can get. You're just happy to get on the board and maybe get the scoreboard rolling.
Yeah, little fish are sweet, from coming from that position. And there's a blinder, and we'll see if Chad can back it up. They're looking.
Certainly in the area. Is he going to hold that line?
Well, the skipper's happy.
Where's that jack going to go?
Cracking.
That's a great
Holds
shot. Hope they got spray chalk. Yes, I do. That's good.
That still does my head in, sorry, but when people still use chalk, when it's a game of millimetres, and they'll put their hand on it and chalk it and shift it, and when the spray's available, but...
So still a really good shot here for Jeff. He just splits them lazily. You can lay them both reds down and...
They own, two of the back bowls where it's possibly going to go to, so it's not a precision. And they're only one down, so...
I'll have to see if we can get Donald to just move off that line. Because the jack's moved, I think they've been tricked. He thinks he's off the line and he's actually on the line this time. There we go. He's got the message. Just in time to see this bowl, because this is a great shot. That is a great... Did the jack roll too far, but that's still a great shot.
Time I was there. Now it's 24-16.
Wow. Phil got back very quickly.
Southerner fought back. And it's changed a fair bit here. Was I off air then?
No,
a bit here too because
I think you're on now.
Eastern up by 14 at this stage.
Eastern up by 14. You might have to go see the gentleman with a bit of paper to see what he's writing on that bit of paper.
Well, they've probably put some scores up since, but Ash Sharp and Matty France are sort of 5, 6, 7 in front each, 6 or 7 in front. So that's the difference. The others are pretty close. Four on our rink, and then the others are pretty tight.
Yeah, and Chris Shell seems to be holding his own against Shane Judici now.
So Stephen Fuster trying to get down to turn his own bowl over, but he might not just have the weight. The line was pretty good.
Certainly been the TV rink because it's been some pretty tight heads.
Yeah, they've been really good. Very impressive.
Glad we're not playing, Doug.
You'd be able to see the jack anyway, Phil.
Yeah, you'd be able to see the jack.
Yes. You might. I don't know if you can hear it, but that breeze is quite strong.
Oh yeah, no.
It's definitely quite strong.
These are awesome heads.
Really good quality.
Yeah. So this one's of concern because as much as they hold shot, it'll be easy to give it away. So hence Gunchi Main from Kellerberrin has come to the head to have another look, just to confirm what Ant Ryan has said to him.
What's his nickname?
Gunch.
Gunch. Okay.
Great bowler. He's just so relaxed with it all. He's good for his team. He keeps everyone in check as far as doesn't. His body language is, as we've seen, we haven't seen any bad body language, and you don't expect it either.
No, you don't expect it.
Yeah, but it's really important.
So just...
Chance again, I reckon.
Yeah, he's in the area again, isn't he?
Played 2 good bowls.
Is he going to find that? Not going to quite get it up and over. That's two great shots. Playing really well.
We always talk about getting a feel for it, and you hear people if they have a bad, just to get a feel for it at any stage. We seem to have 8 bowlers who do have a feel for it on this ring.
Yep.
Big bowls.
I think they might be taking. They're happy. They think they've got 1, and they may not be playing this last bowl. Yep, no, Stephen Fuster's picked the mat up.
Oh, so red bowl shot, you reckon?
Well, they clearly do.
Yeah, they think it is.
I hope they're right. I hope you're right. Yeah, so Stephen's tired of giving shot away. Or giving extras.
Could have drawn another one.
So
Phil's just
for
pointing
his sake, we hope they win the measure.
Phil's just pointing out to Steve Fuster that he would have drawn another one in his time.
Oh, I wouldn't have. Peter Harris would have.
2 even.
2?
2.
Great call by
What a call.
Great
What a
call
call,
by the
yeah.
third.
There's
Great,
never, yeah.
great decision by the skip.
So it takes them to 6. So it's now Eastern 12, Northern 6
After 7.
after 7. See if we can get a couple of scores on the others. As you
it's hard to see
say,
those rinks on the other side there. Maddie Francis up 9-3 against Bruce Manning.
Bruce Manning, 9-3.
Yes. And I'll just have to shoot up the line a bit.
Chris Shell's up 6-5 over Gudisi Nan. Further rink along. King is up 6-5 over Flay.
Sharp's up 10-3 over Beckwith.
Beckwith. Sharp's 10-3 over Beckwith. So that's...
So, Pete, I had a message this morning from Clive Adams, otherwise known
Ah,
as Ringside Clive.
He's very disappointed that he's not here, I can tell you.
Yeah, he is a doyen of commentary.
Oh, Phil's back.
Yeah, no, but I think he's had his time. I think I'm going to take over.
Yeah, look out, Clive, look out. What's he
So,
saying?
good luck and just have a great day, and I hope it all goes well with the call. So, and of course, he's good to listen to. He's the most recognised voice, I guess, in Australia in bowls. He knows the game inside out. He's colourful and he does it all. We're lucky to have
Really
him
good
as
leader
our own.
shots. Yeah, and he'd love to be here, but he's got
Yeah,
pennants this afternoon,
yeah.
so he will. He's trying to save relegation for Cambridge. See what response we get from that.
Yeah, Bowls Australia have talked to me about commentary. So
Yeah?
Yeah.
Signing you up.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think they need a...
So this is your audition.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
We're going to send the tapes through.
That's what I told Clive a couple of months ago, that they were looking at me, but yeah, I don't think so. Clive's rang him up straight away and made
Yeah,
sure he's
no,
got it
he's-
secured.
It's pretty ensconced.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think we're going to move him from that job. I reckon he'd give up pennants to do that.
So the lead from I shouldn't say Avon, from East and this Karen Furness, he's probably the pick of them out there. You think?
Yeah, he's been
really
super consistent, hasn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, no, he's played very well, yeah.
That on and cover and smother theory they go with is he's doing that really well.
So Richie just needs to run it out. I think he's just left a bit in the locker. So he's about 5 feet short.
So while we've just got a little lull in proceedings, we're only the third of the way through this first one. It might be an apt time, Pete, just to go back to CBH, who are, generous in their sponsorship of this event, and we spoke about the ladies' zone coming up in the 11th of March down at Hall's Head, and we'll be live streaming that, and we'll have Judy Flanagan will be joining.
Be co-hosting.
Yeah,
yes.
she'll be one, and then
she'll be great.
Yeah, she'll be great. She's very knowledgeable in all areas, including bowls. So
we'll see if we can get a couple of celebrities down, local celebrities down there. There's a couple of pretty good players down that way.
Some of them, like Roma Dunn, are probably playing.
Probably. We'll find out the teams. I'm not sure if Roma's playing in that level anymore, but we'll work it out.
The CBH would be remiss of us not to remind a lot of customers were out watching this. There's quite a few of their clients actually playing on this rink with Chad and Richie and Tomo and Donald Thompson, and Ant Ryan.
Just pulled up a bit short.
Yes, another couple of foot on that one, Ant. But anyway, they've got their members forum and the AGM on the 17th of February. So and it's one of those ones they like you to RSVP, and they have a few things going on. They have the members forum and so forth, and you get a chance to mix with everyone from the trading arm through to the your chief officers and operations people and the directors, and so it's one not to be missed. End of the day, it's your company as far as the CBH shareholders and the growers go. So it's a good chance to get in amongst it.
So that's at Optus Stadium on the 17th of February.
Yeah.
So a bit of a cocktail function as well on the 90th anniversary. So if you're going to go to one, this is the one to go to, certainly, to see how it all works and, as you say, put forward whatever you want. And just looking at a couple of the things they've sent through. So there's a morning, you can put your name down for a morning tour of the Optus Stadium or the Kwinana Grain Terminal, or, well, this is something I'm no chance of doing, the Halo Tour, which is where you get on top of the Optus Stadium.
Yeah.
If you're a daredevil, then sign up for that, because or the zip line. There's no chance I'm doing either of them, but farmers are daredevils, so I'm sure they'll be right into that.
Isn't it one that we could send our CEO along to show?
CEO, he
should be within his charter of duties.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. He should fly the flag on top of Optus Stadium for us.
Not that you know what a halo is.
No, they'd have to change the name of it.
Yeah,
So places are limited in that. So if they're the kinds of things you want to do on that day, then get your name down really quickly, because for some it'll be really exciting. For some of us more land lovers, it's not quite so exciting.
Yeah. So we'll park it up there and we'll come back. There's quite a bit to go through with what they've got going on.
So just to finish off, there are obviously Crown discounted accommodation as well. So so if you're going to stay, why not make a weekend of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a week of it. There's nothing happening in February on the farm, is there?
No. Oh, shearing. No. Shearing. I have to go back for shearing.
You got to go back to shearing.
Yeah.
Well.
A little bit happening.
You can have you can all have a week off in February. February 17th, have a week off.
Yeah. Well earned week off.
Yes.
As Gunch holding shot.
Well, he's got another 2 or 3, so
maybe 4.
Yeah. But that's open on that side.
Yeah,
he's open on that side.
Does really need 3 feet on his last.
His last did
he just needs
on
to,
the way in.
Yeah, he needs to climb around the last more, so he needs
he
a bit
might
more
be
track with similar weight.
Struggling on.
Every roll's a winner, but he does need that 3 feet again still. So it's 3 or 4.
So if he only has to beat that to count, that'll tell you 3, Peter.
Oh, 3
yeah, I'm not sure about that
4.
backside, the light blue one.
Yeah, the second bowl of
possibly
Kerrins that he parked up in a nice spot.
Yeah, that may be a chance.
And it's theirs on the way in, so there's no damage to be done.
No.
So he gets half of that. That's definitely counting. Doesn't want to roll that one over. So minimum of 4 again. So really scoring in numbers. Previous to that, they got 2, 3, and a 4 in a row. 4th, 5th, and 6th then.
Four.
So another 4.
Mm.
That takes the Eastern Yellows to 16. And the Northern Reds to 6.
I'll just run over and get a score check on the other green if you like, and I'll come back.
Fine.
And then
as Phil departs the scene to give us an update on B Green, where we've got the Southwest playing Southern. Started off a bit untidy for the Southern guys, but they worked their way back into it.
Yeah, last check they would work their way back in, hadn't they? So
yeah, so hopefully that trend continues and we see that aggregate score tighten up.
So the Northern, we'll go based on that because I think that's pretty close now, the aggregate board. 41 to the Eastern and 23 to Northern after 35 ends. Of course, we're playing, I'm trying to add up. How many weeks are there? 5.
So
105 ends? Is that right?
Yeah, 5
so we're
times.
35 of 105. So still a long way to go.
Yes.
70 ends to play.
Ashley Sharp's holding a reasonable lead on his rink.
Yes.
Only takes and this one, of course, is starting to help with the aggregate score for the Eastern Zone. So Karen,
Maddie France has got about a 7-shot lead as well, but the other two are close.
So Karen again, he's peppered this Jack, you know. He's
been very good,
and he's other bowl, whether it be the first or second bowl, is really in a good position as well. Just adds value to the fact that he's got one within 8 inches.
So Kent's just looking to lose that 5 feet. Just trying to start to build the head. Don't need anything fancy, just need to start getting some bowls in the head for the Northern team. Just lost his weight. Don Thompson has played quite well as well. He's back carrying up very well.
So to hold position and count like that is the second's role, and he has done that role, played that role beautifully. It's forced Richie. I'm sure looks like he's going to be reaching well and truly.
Yes, he's pushed through this one. Needs to get the seat on the back blue bowl. And he does.
And pulls up for albeit second, but a good second.
Yes, that helps.
A nervous second, perhaps, as well with that weight.
Yes. Don Thompson looking to play like he did his first. He might have just slid around. It's just added a couple of feet. So has Richie lost a bit of weight?
Well, he's interested.
I'm not sure he's lost a lot of weight. Might clip his own out this time, but no. 2 bowls in the head, so
2
that's
seconds. So.
Yeah, so that is a much better setup than they've had a couple of times. Anthony, Ryan. The track's not bad, but he might just run out of a bit of puff.
Both Ant Ryan's father, whose name escapes me, and Donald Thompson, whose father's sitting over there as well. They were both exceptionally good bowlers.
Oh, certainly.
Peter.
And really good servants to the East Avon League as well with selection.
Yeah.
Playings. Blue was selector, and I think probably a zone selector, and yeah, really good servant to the East Avon Bowling League. So.
Played a power of games.
Yep, definitely.
Of high standard games as well. He wasn't a token selection by any stretch.
No,
he was a great
definitely
bowler.
not. He was really good.
And good to see him here.
And Phil's back.
Yeah, so south west 7 shots up, but it's mainly due to Mark Simpson, who's winning 12-3 on his rink against Williams. So the rest of them are pretty tight, and Southern have actually winning on 3 of the rinks, I think.
Really?
Okay. So they've played about the similar amount of ends, but
yeah, similar. Yeah, their
7
ag
or 8
hasn't changed from 24-16, so the ag man's gone to sleep over there. So I hope my maths is right, but it'll be reasonably good.
So we're going to have well, Phil manoeuvres his way around. Phil's going to jump into the hot seat and give Doug a break. Doug will probably go wine and dine somebody. Influencer. Yeah. Bit early to wine and dine, that's later on. So Phil's with the headphones on now, so he's stepped up. Now you got Clive's position.
No, I have, yes. Yep, get a photo, post it on Facebook so Clive can see it. All right, now. Right, how's that, guys? Am I on board?
Oh, yep, we can hear you loud and clear. So we've got the skipper change over here. We've had a couple of good bowls while that was moving. Chad Evers got the shot.
Yeah, the game changed a bit here. They've had a couple of bad ends, the Northern boys, but
yep.
Shot now would be pretty handy. Win this end would be nice.
So we're on the backhand here. So he's a slightly wider side. He's looking to sit the red bowl, red with red stickers, and just flicking on the outside.
At least it's a bit cooler, Pete, and the wind's not too strong, so it's conditions aren't too difficult.
They're quite nice at the moment.
Can be a very good bowl here, Stephen. Maybe not.
I'm sure he's...
Can be pretty trying conditions up here with the sea breezes blowing.
Certainly yesterday. It was...
Yeah, that was...
Yesterday afternoon when we got here, it was
funny
hot, and it was a hot breeze, and there was no relief.
Yeah. I remember playing here once, and I thought there was a train coming, and it was a sea breeze on its way. It nearly blew us off our feet.
So Jeff, again, he's taking a little bit of weight off, still trying to sit that jack high bowl, or beat the jack high bowl. Hasn't done that. So
Chad's got a shot in mind here by the
looks
of it, maybe.
Like Chad's trying to invent something.
Yes. Sit that for a couple or something, maybe. Oh, him. Oh.
Bowl in front of a head move. That's. I'm not sure he's going to go for this.
No,
I'm not sure he's going to be able to convince him.
Gee, that's a pretty hard shot there, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
On that skinny hand.
He can be really close and then get the jack and.
Yeah. Oh, he's lining up for it, maybe. Maybe.
I think he turned him down.
Ah, right.
I think he turned him down.
Good decision if he did, I think.
Especially when you just need to get on the board, don't you? You just need to get a few ends in a row.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's giving the shot away. Oh,
no.
Gee.
He's having a horror morning with giving extra shots or shots. So it's a 1 to Eastern. So he won't be liking that.
No.
1 to Eastern. So that should take the score to 17 to 6.
Yeah, they needed that shot just to steady the ship a bit
there. Yeah, just to try and put a few ends together.
Yeah.
Change the length or do something different. But
get the match.
Unfortunately. So Phil, this is your first year as country director on the Bowls WA board?
Yes,
Yeah,
I've only been there 6 months. Well,
6 months?
Yeah, I came in at a pretty hectic time where we were looking at the constitution, strategic plan, club plans. And it was a bit above me, but I'm getting the hang of it. I'm still claiming I'm new, so I can get away with a few things.
So you can get away with it. But probably a bit more goes on than what it looks like from the outside.
Oh, it's a much bigger organisation than I thought, Peter. Definitely a big organisation, a lot of money involved, and a lot of organisation, and I must say that apart from the board, the staff are brilliant. They're really good. You and Aaron, and you, Aaron, of course, really do a great job.
We're doing our best. We make mistakes like we all do, but if anyone out there, we're always willing to listen and learn and change things if we can do it better. So
and I realise that there's been a few decisions like Thursday pennant starting at 4 o'clock, and last year the year before we had sets play. Just trying to do some things to brighten the game, keep it going, keep people involved. We're only losing people, we're not gaining them.
Yep.
And no, you guys really do a wonderful job. And let me tell you, Doug is just a fantastic president. He's thrown into the job after the untimely death of Larry, our mate Larry, the president. And so Doug's, look, he's very complimentary. He's very helpful.
But even country bowls, I know leagues and zones are quite independent. But we certainly get a lot of calls from leagues and zones asking questions, and we're always willing to help. We don't want to interfere, but we certainly don't want to be. We're not standoffish either. We'll help as much as what country people want us to help with. It's just a matter of them maybe making some contact with us to tell us what they want.
Yeah, I've already had a few calls myself, and I probably don't know the answers, but I've taken it to the board and had a chat with Ken, the CEO. He's awesome too. He does the power work,
Yeah, so
you have a meeting and you action something and it's done the next day. He's brilliant. Yeah, love him. He's doing a very good job.
So if you've got ideas out there, don't be afraid to share them. country or metro, doesn't matter.
Yes.
We're all trying to row in the same direction to get the same result and make our game better. So
Yep.
whatever we can do.
Oh yeah. And let me tell you that the board, don't forget about the country boys. They really appreciate.
Well, there's plenty of you. Well, there's a few of you on there yourself, and obviously Lisa Feathery plays in the metro, but she still lives country.
Yep.
In the past, we had Kerry Anderson who did a power of work in there. So there's certainly people around that do know the issues, but knowing the issues and being able to solve the issues is two different things.
Absolutely. It's sort of hard to please your own pennant side at home sometimes, let alone every team or every person in the state.
And no, it's no doubt. Country, different sized towns for a start. Certainly the smaller ones, everyone knows there's a bowling club there.
Yes.
So they'll come and play you want. How do you recruit them? It's not quite like the old days. When you and I, you played your football and cricket, then you sort of worked over. You played golf in the winter and bowls in the summer. It doesn't quite work that way anymore.
No.
There's more travel time. You spend time with the kids. Go up north.
Yeah, well, Pete,
play master sports.
Yes, much to my wife's disgust. I started playing bowls when I was 17,
Yeah.
so she took the kids to cricket. So bowls is not a great conversation piece at our place, but she does appreciate bowls. Yes,
the same. So
yeah, it's not a family sport, but it's getting better where the kids come down and run around on the green these days. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
In
that's
my
great.
day, my kids were very, very frowned upon. Made it very hard.
Yes, no, you got to make your clubs more family orientated these days.
Yeah, it's going that way. It's good.
So again,
and there's got a good headset up here again, Pete.
Eastern
is in trouble again.
Dominating. That front shot one got turned in again, so Northern are still turning opposition bowls in, but
he's getting Chad to play a bit of weight here again. The problem is you just miss something and you're still down. It's hard, but he wants to change it so it makes it a bit easier for himself. Obviously. He's a bit tight here, but he might get a little skid. No, he got nothing.
He got one, but
out,
it's probably
the least one.
It's not going to help him much.
Yeah, no.
It's not going to help him much at all. They have got the four backest. I think it's the four backest.
They have, yeah.
But some comfort.
But not a lot of comfort at this stage.
2 down in the head. I don't think it's 3. It's definitely 2.
Yeah. Yes, they've been under the pump. Just that last end was quite important. It would have been nice to get that one shot.
Yeah.
Just to think, oh, right, we're going again. That just rubbed a bit of salt in.
Yeah.
That
As you say, they haven't even been particularly. They've been playing okay. Their heads have been really good. Just they've been on the outside of the bowls instead of the inside.
That's what happens. Yep.
But so I suppose you just got to keep that in mind. We haven't gone that bad. Just got to keep pushing on because in the end, the big board is what matters. So any shot they get, even if they don't win, any shot they get here is just bringing that big board a bit closer.
Yep, definitely. That's the beauty of this competition. It's Aggregate. You can lose by 30 and you can be the heroes and win the Ag.
Yes. Yep.
Get one on the last end to win the Ag and you're the hero of the day and you're lost by a heap.
Yeah. So not surprisingly, he's gone back. Jeff has gone back.
Yep.
Gone a long way back.
I don't know what Steve will play here. I don't know. I wasn't really watching their discussion to work out what they were doing, but we'll find out in a minute.
It was very in-house discussion, so we weren't giving much away. So he's down on the back end. He's got some weight.
A little tight, needs a little glide. Missed it. Yes, that's the problem. Would have been perfect weight to sit and hit and sit.
So he's clearly trying to turn that. Just where they're pointing now, they've got about 4 bowls all waiting for that jack. But
it's a hard shot.
But it's a hard shot. You can get
a foot, get it right.
Yeah. You got to get that ball right in the middle.
Yeah.
Either edge of it, it's not going to get the jack. So he's trying to cover it, but he might be closer to drawing another one. He may even turn that out. That might have even brought one of the front ones in.
Yeah, I reckon.
So suddenly
he's 4 down.
Yep.
not getting much better for him
No.
here, is it?
I don't think he... No, he doesn't
He's
like the
changed
draw.
hands. No, he's changed hands. I think he's going to...
Certainly on the forehand. He's changed hands.
I think he can play a little bit of weight, but he can draw
Yeah.
it as well.
So he is drawing, but he does not
He's
the
got
hand.
a clap from Chad, and now he's got an arm wave, which means it's a bit wide.
Yeah.
And it is, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's another number.
How many ends is that in a row, Pete? Must be 5.
Ooh. Well, they've won, this will be the third end in a row, but they've won like 6 out of the last 7.
Yeah.
So there was one in between
That was
there.
4 shots there.
4?
Oh, well, they're still looking, but...
Looks like 4. I don't think I'll get that 5th.
and put his... Yeah, 4, yep.
4.
Yeah, that's not good
So,
shooting, is it?
yeah. 21. 21 to
6.
6. 21 Eastern, the yellows.
Yep.
6 to the reds, the northern. So 6 of the last 7 ends.
Yeah, that
So in
hurts.
respect, northern have only won 2 ends. They've got a 4 and a 2.
Yes.
So it's been 8 of 10 ends. But they're dropping numbers. That's the
problem.
They've
Yeah,
dropping,
if it
they've
was
dropped 3 4s and a 3. So
yeah.
it really hurts. Gets that scoreboard ticking really
Yeah.
quickly.
15 shots in 4 ends really hurts you in a game.
So, yeah, so now they're just in recovery mode, 1 end at a time.
Yep.
Of course, Stephen's playing. So it's an opportunity there for Kent to get on. Keren's dropped through, which is unusual for what he's done. He's always had 1 out of 2, so I expect the other one to be pretty close.
Yep.
So Kent needs to jump on real quick here.
Bit of a chance, I reckon. Just runs a
It
bit
is a
further.
good start.
Well, yep, that's reasonable. Yes, good
Foot
boy.
and a half. So Kieran coming from a good arc.
Yeah, good bowl. Very
It's
good.
a really good shot.
Played well.
He's done that the whole game.
Yep. Yep, it makes it harder.
So can Kent just get another ball in the head? Just
Yeah, it doesn't need to be shot. It needs to be as
No.
close as the last one. Got a chance too, I reckon.
yeah, the arc's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's all
Yep.
on the weight
it's
now.
very good. Even if he doesn't get shot,
That's
but
a
he's
great
going to
shot.
great bowl.
Great
yeah, that'll do his
Yep.
confidence a lot of good.
That'll give him a bit of confidence.
Yes.
A bit of high fives with everybody. He's having high five in the opposition as well.
His mum might be watching. I'll just let her know that he did get shot because she hasn't got much sight, but she might be listening to us.
Okay.
Hopefully, Margaret at home and Dandy.
He certainly played 2 good ones then.
Yes.
So I'll just slide him on the outside, but another bowl on the head.
So Kent's a farmer, but he doesn't farm it himself. He leases it.
Okay.
And they grow a bit of grain too. So they're out there supporting CBH. The next door neighbours, I think, lease it off him. So he runs a few cows, Kent, and his mother is partially blind, and he's sort of a bit of a carer for her. So he's a nice fella. Plays midweek at South Perth, as we mentioned.
Yeah. There's a good group of you there.
Yeah, no, look, all the
Been
clubs.
there a few years now, haven't you?
Yeah, well,
A lot
my
of you?
father played there, so I just
Yeah.
filled in every now and then. Not a
There's
bad shot here, Pete.
It's on.
Yeah, it's a
Great
beauty.
shot. They have all the answers at the moment.
They do, yeah.
But
Yeah, my father and my uncle, Bruce's dad, played there, and we used to just fill in every now and when they were short. Mainly welcome fours. They
Yep.
always had a lot of guys running that, so we'd fill in and then just played a few more games and a few more, and then just decide to go down for a run.
yeah, so the Welcome Fours is coming up. You're in that.
No, playing pennants.
Front fence. Great shot there
Good
by
shot.
Richie.
Well done, Richie.
Yep. That's what they need, just bowls in the head and give Stephen something to work with.
Yeah, without even winning a section at Country Week, Pete, if you played welcome fours, you play 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 days. It's
Yep.
hard work, yeah.
Yeah, that's without the moving to the knockouts.
Yes.
2 days at South Perth.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a long week.
Just pulling up short there, Anthony, Ryan. He's in the way.
He is, yep. Oh, he's saying he's calling around it. Steve's calling around it, so...
Chad's on the forehand, but he's...
Yeah, I thought he might have changed. He
Yeah.
said you can draw around it, but I thought it didn't look...
He's got a bit of weight, so I'm trying to look for it underneath that
let's
hole.
hope we don't do any damage here, mate.
He's followed it. He's followed it.
Oh, imagine flicking that over there for two. That would have demoralised him.
Oh, yes. They've had enough of that.
Yep.
But
it's
quite vulnerable.
It's given these guys a bit of incentive not to be short.
Yes. Yeah, they're going to be reaching down with a very similar line.
Yeah. The game's always a bit easier when you sort of can't do much damage, and it doesn't matter what you do. Sometimes holding shot's worse than not having shot.
Has he got the right? Just not going to get around it.
No.
It's slightly underdone. The hole is still there.
I reckon.
Okay, trying to play it first. Play it before them.
Yep. Doesn't look very easy from here.
No. No, it looks all danger. So he's coming into view in a minute.
Pretty
There he is.
nice, reasonable. No, it's going to pull up.
Well,
probably
second prize is blocking that hole.
Yeah. probably a good idea.
Now he's got some protection. The old pat on the back. You can do it, Skip.
Yeah, well, Jeff's been playing well enough to roll one of these onto that red one. Yeah. This is really an end where Northern really do need to hold this shot.
Yes. If Jeff gets out of this, it's difficult.
Yeah, if he rolls one of his onto the red, he can make 3 shots here.
Having another look. He's wandering out to the side here. Getting the shot into his head. You'd think he's, 2 feet of weight? Just even a foot of weight doesn't.
Yep. Well.
As much weight as he needs to get around that front run, really.
The beauty of it is he can play any weight because he's down anyway, so it doesn't matter really. He can play this weight. This weight's even good. He's going to miss it, but it doesn't matter if he plays that weight, really.
No, as long as he can get back to the bowl, it doesn't really matter. Stephen hasn't got a lot going for him here. At least he's got his own bowls to roll up this time.
Yeah, he hasn't got a lot going for him, mate. I think it'll look a bit messy on that hand, Pete. It's a much easier game sitting here, you know.
Yeah. I haven't called the wrong shot when I've been sitting here the whole. I've had my weight perfectly every time as well.
Yes, every time, yeah.
Well, I don't. He's high anyway.
Yeah, and he's not going to do any damage because he hasn't got much weight.
No, he hasn't got much weight.
Yeah, I really can't see him adding to it.
No.
Perfect draw on the backhand. That'd be a pretty risky shot. But Steve would love a nice head where he could draw a couple at this stage because he's been under the pump.
Yeah.
And has had to try and convert very difficult situations.
Well, if Jeff gets this, he'll be in another very difficult situation. I don't know how he'll get out of it.
How he'd get, you're dead right. Righto, so he hasn't got.
I don't think he's getting down. He's trying. He's
not far off, mate.
It's a good try.
Yeah.
It's a great try.
Probably perfect weight, yeah.
There you are. He's already put one in his pocket today.
Yeah. Well, I don't like putting it in my pocket, but I think I would be putting this one in. He said you need a metre, so he's not scared.
No, he's not backing down. So he's got a tighter line than he had last time.
Yeah, but he hasn't got a metre.
He hasn't got the metre.
No. He might have taken the metre off even, which I think it's not all bad. Yeah, that's handy.
One shot. Moves them to 7.
Rink deck next door.
The yellows,
Pretty
Easterns
tight.
will stay at 21. 7, 21. So will they, what do they change? Don't know if they've changed much, have they? Lengthwise, they seem to be
No, about the same.
stock standard.
About the same, yep.
Yep, so they're not, they haven't gone long or short, they've just...
The two far rinks are struggling still. I see, yeah, Bruce Manning's down 15-4, and I think Steve Beckworth's still on 3. I can't see Eastern's score.
Yeah, it's a hard one to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
That one? Tough one to see. We have got, Doug's been wandering around the back, so he might come back with some information for us. Gives Nan's up 10-9.
King's up 1. He's all square, I think, or he was. Just to let everyone know.
Yeah.
Doug's got a score.
Doug has got a score, has he?
Oh, I think so. He's writing it down.
Now he's writing scores from here. We're in trouble.
I think he's probably...
He might be doing some adding up.
I don't think he could add up in his head. He
Needs pen and paper.
Yeah.
Might need to invest in a calculator.
Yeah. So Kieran's on again, mate.
Yeah,
He's played a good game, hasn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he's played a very good game. One of the selectors did tell me to let him know if I saw anything specky. Well, this young fella stands out so far.
Yeah, there's one name in the bank.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this one's even better. Yeah, good leader.
You're going to grab that microphone, Doug, and tell us what you found?
Yeah. Well, yeah, similar conditions, obviously, but yeah, so it's pretty close. 45-39 to Southern, who are in front of Southwest now, halfway mark, roughly within a few ends of the halfway mark. But you know, as I left, I think someone picked up a 5, so the score will bounce around. It's just that.
So who's the dominant rink over there? Still the Mark Simpson rink?
Up this, yeah, absolutely. So that's you know, they're the difference, I guess, keeping them involved. The rest are all pretty tight.
And of course, the aggregate here has just been changed, so that's now 66-40. 66 Eastern, 40 to Northern, after 57 ends. Are you able to see a score on rink 5?
Beckworth.
The Beckworth rink.
Sharp.
Are you able to get it? Because it's just out of our... We can see half numbers. It might be 14-3. It may not be.
Yeah, I think Steve Beckworth's on 3 still, but I can't see the other one.
14-8.
Looks
could
like
be an 8.
14.
14,
Is it an 8? Is it?
Okay,
Oh,
so
right.
on
It's
8.
not 3. It's 8. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Beckworth is 8, and
That's better. He's made a bit of a comeback.
Ashley Sharp is on 14.
And Bruce
Matthew
Manning
France
4.
is on 15 against Bruce Manning on 4. Brad King's got a bit of a lead here. He's picked up. He's now 11. And his opposition is 7. Let me give you who that opposition is.
Who's that one?
Oh, it's Mr. Flay, of course. Plays 7. Kyrgyzstan is on 10, I think. And Maine, sorry, no, Chris Scholl is on 9. So if that helps anyone, if you're following anyone in particular, hopefully that helped you a little. Again on this rink, the Northern boys are under pressure again.
Yep. Courtesy of Kieran, who's leading
again,
very
Kieran
well.
Furness from Wild Catcham putting on a clinic.
Yes, very, very well.
Anthony Ryan just going to pull up short.
Yep, he knew that a long time ago. I reckon I'm watching his face when he bowled it.
So again, they're forced to invent some shots. There's bowls in the way, and he's got to get around or underneath. He's
very difficult.
So he's got a bit of a track here. He's got the right weight to hold it to
May
the bowl.
do some good here.
That's a
He's
great
got
shot.
Yeah, that is a great
shot by
yeah.
Chad Eva.
Well done, Chad. Yep. Once again, they needed that. That was a fantastic shot. Played perfect weight.
Under all sorts of pressure.
Yep.
Trying to win 2 ends in a row.
Yep.
For the first time. I think Ryan trying to repay the favour, but he's hanging a little wide, and he's actually going to. He's going to give the Northern team an extra
Another
shot.
team.
They owe them a few.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So they're definitely not square yet.
No. And the other team, Bruce Manning, who's down by a fair few, just drew a beautiful counter, so they picked up a couple at end. So that's good. They've a couple of teams that are battling of.
Okay, he's got
one at end.
Young Tom leading for him.
Yeah.
Really good talent. Really good under 18 talent.
Shane's in trouble. He's driving on the rink next door. He must be a couple down. I think he's drew another one, mate. So he's Shane's 3 down. Righto. What's Steve doing?
Left. Can Steve add to this?
No, don't
total?
think so. A bit tentative. He's holding shot.
Yep. Yes.
Can happen.
Yes. Jeff won't be tentative.
No.
Sit the bowl. 2-foot trail. Everything to play for. So he's got a little bit more weight than that, but he's
looking at it a bit.
sitting the ball. He gets it in the middle.
Shot. No, he has
just
a great
ran
shot,
through.
but didn't get the result. Pretty good, but
Very good shot. Goosey Dan driving again on the next door rink, but did not get a result.
didn't get it. Missed that. Yep.
He hit a lot of bowls, but not the main ones. He did have a wall in front of him. So I think he went down 3.
Ooh. Steve's changed hands.
Can he find a path under
Yes,
that
I think
bowl?
he can. I think he's played a bit of a good shot here, mate.
Oh,
Since that fat he gets counts.
It's just not working for him.
No, would have made him feel good.
It's not working.
No.
Can Jeff inflict a bit more pain?
Yeah.
Okay, it's on its way. Line looks pretty good. It's all on the weight.
You know what, the weight's not bad, mate. I'll give you the tip. Yeah, played the
Going
bomb.
to slide under.
Oh,
No,
didn't work.
yes.
Went against him.
Just
Got the jack, but it went sideways.
didn't need to touch the jack.
I know they're still looking at it.
If he hadn't touched
Oh,
the
no.
jack, one.
Yeah.
Hadn't touched the jack, he may well have had a shot.
Yep. 2 in a
Slid
row.
Late. 2 in a row. They're on the comeback trail.
Let's
They moved
hope.
to 8. 8-21 after 12 ends. Just one.
One shot.
One shot to make it.
They must have put the last score up themselves. So they tried to change the length here a bit. They've gone a bit longer.
A little bit longer.
So
Yep.
they might as well try something, even though they've won the last 2 ends.
If anything, Breeze is switching a little bit more. It's still across the green mainly, but it does turn this way the way they're playing occasionally.
Good start here from Kent.
Good start.
Yeah, good boy.
Yep.
That's sort of
good.
pretty handy. Yep, you wouldn't complain
Yep.
about that if you're a skippering.
He's Kieran staying on this ditch side hand.
Oh, he's picked
As
it
he would.
perfect all day.
Just going to slide through, but so Ken Kent
He looks around
build
the
on
place
his other.
again.
He looks okay from this angle.
Weight looks very nice. Weight looks very nice. Yeah, two
It's a
good
good
bowls.
shot.
Yeah, good
Yep.
boy.
That's what
Yep.
they need.
Yeah, definitely.
Just consistent shots in the head.
Yeah. Especially the way Kieran's going.
Yeah. Well, See if we can put him under a bit of
this'll
pressure and then see
what
how
happens.
he goes.
See what happens under a bit of pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit easier when things are going your way.
Yeah. And he's got good line
just-
again, but that little bit of extra length might have put him off.
Yeah.
So that was a good tactic by Steve.
Definitely.
Yeah. Not a bad bowling club here, Pete. You got drive-through seats. Pull
It's
up
like
over
sitting
there and
up
you pull over your car
like
and watch
watching the
over the
football.
fence. Yeah, it's like the country footy up at the fence. Got a bird's eye view, that guy. Someone behind you can't see it, but he's behind the fence and he's sitting in his car and he's looking over the fence. He's rinkside.
Needs to stretch his neck up occasionally, but
Oh yeah, he's stretching now. Oh, go poor bugger. He's got the aircon on.
needs to get a cushion.
Yeah.
Don
Not
Thompson.
a bad shot here, Tomo. Yep.
Oh, and there he is. We can see him there. He's just stretching around,
Yeah, there he is.
getting a glint off the car.
He's got better seats than us. He's right behind the action.
It's a great shot from Don Thompson.
Not a bad shot
Really,
from Richie Morecambe either, I'll give you the tip.
Answered nicely,
Oh,
very
yeah,
good.
lovely
Great
shot. Well done, Richie.
So he's got
Yeah.
the shot back. But still,
We're getting back to the standard of the early ends now.
yeah, wind has dropped a little.
Yep.
Maybe that's helped. Donald gets a front toucher here. Christmas.
Tell you what, mate, he's not far
It's not
off.
far. I might just,
Might just run through a
sliding
bit. Yeah,
past.
yeah,
but
gave it a show.
it's another one waiting. So Skip's asked Chad to probably play with a foot or two, turn his own shot bowl. Turn his own shot bowl through to the yellow disc bowl.
Don't think
Just
he's got
he
the
got the weight
line.
to
He's
do
got
that?
good weight. He's got beautiful draw weight. Oh, misses that and he may have counted.
yeah, it's not quite enough.
No.
So that draw, that trail's still on. He's on this forehand. Might just have he'd come home late when that drops off.
Yeah, mighty try.
Right.
That's a good bowl. Yeah.
Might try and again gives them a wing bowl to come off. It must look very inviting
Yes.
up there. This is your speciality. Sitting
Nothing.
off that bowl, trail at 2 feet.
I know.
Back in
I'll
the
let-
day,
Yeah, a long time
when
ago.
I played third tier.
I never forget that. You were useless.
I know
Oh.
we had a star-studded. I still remember because it's
while
Steve
I'm-
O'Neill,
Steve O'Neill leading.
and we were star-studded rink and
and we had Nifty Neville Stevens
Yeah.
playing 2, Peter Harris 3, and let me tell you,
We
they
were
were
terrible.
useless.
we were terrible. It was the wind. Was it Wanthella?
Yeah, imagine. I'd tell you what, Peter.
Oh, we were terrible.
I'd love to play with that side now. I'll give you the tip. The
Yes.
armchair.
It was pretty good back then, but
Yeah, but
on paper,
let me tell you, it was paper only. I was there, I witnessed it.
must have been bad calling because it wouldn't have been us.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'd love to play that side. Yeah, it'd be pretty handy side these days. Because you weren't a learner, but you still were. You're only young and new at it.
Yeah,
And Steve had been around for a fair while. He
Well,
played
three
it
of
more.
us won the Country Week singles.
Singles,
I don't know what
yeah.
you were doing, but we
Yeah.
won. 3 of us won the Country Week singles.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, good on you that day. I tell you what, it
We
would've been
saved
nice.
a lot.
You must
We
have drawn
saved
one.
a lot.
You must have drawn one close every now and then, but in the singles. But you never did that day. Oh, that weekend, I tell you.
It was terrible. I do remember it was one of the worst weekends
I do.
I've seen as a team and personally.
You know, it was a hand-picked side. They actually asked me. I said, "Geez, I'll take that young Harris bloke. What about Steve O'Neill? He plays with you in Mora. Yeah, this young fella Neville Stevens. Yeah, he's a gun. He's going to be great. I'll have them.
Oh, great shot by
Well done,
Stephen there.
Steve. Good boy.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Doesn't-
Yeah, you all were fairly new at it. No, I know Nifty was.
I don't know. We were terrible. I can I reckon it was 17-second grass, one fella greens, and blowing a
It was
gale.
hard work, yeah.
So,
Oh, gee.
so not everyone. There's a lot of terrible bowlers, but we were in the bottom,
That was
bottom
it.
6.
Yeah.
Just hasn't quite got the weight. Well, or the line. You can take your pick.
Yeah.
Need more of something.
I must admit, Pete, I've played worse games than you blokes did. Don't worry about that many a time. Oh, gee, I tell you what, it's a hard game sometimes.
Yeah.
When you haven't got a feel.
So,
Rightio.
it's coming with
we need it.
coming with weight.
It's good, I think.
You reckon it's good?
Yeah, lovely, fantastic.
Okay, I'm happy now.
Yeah, the weight was brilliant.
Happy now. But there was a wall here for Jeff to get his line right.
They could be holding a few here, you know. This would be a
Anthony
handy.
might have put 2 or 3 fingers down.
Yeah, it would be a handy pickup here. Good for the game.
Yes. Good for the northern followers.
Yep.
Should have got you in the chair earlier.
Yeah.
Well, can he hold on? Don't know if he's holding.
He's not. You know.
That's not a good.
Jeez,
That's a
gee.
unexpected miss. He's played so well.
Now, it'd be a shame if they didn't get more than one. Well, it would. There's a good little tight little head there.
They might need some
Oh,
chocks.
he's taken 2. I reckon there might be
There's
3.
definitely
They
three,
They need a chock on that one
Yes.
because
We need Vicky Eva chocks.
yeah, it's on the lean here.
He's thinking about giving it to him.
Oh, I
But
think he is. Yeah, he's thinking
got to give
maybe.
the umpire a job here.
Yep, he
Oh,
did.
no,
Took
has
this
he?
4. They're looking
Hasn't
at
both.
5 now.
Wow.
No, 4. Well, that's handy.
4.
4 shots.
Well,
Yep.
that puts a bit of life in the,
Yes,
in the game.
that-
3 ends in a row.
Yep, that gets us interested.
2 ones and a 4. If you're going. 21, 12.
That's
So
much more respectable.
That's a little
Yep,
helps a
it's
lot in the
amazing.
ring.
You feel a bit better when you get to double figures, and
It'll help a
you're
little bit in
playing
the
bowls.
aggregate because there's a fair way to go on the aggregate as well. Currently, aggregate board says 66 to 40
yeah.
after 57 ends.
yeah, that was the case a while ago. So these boys have picked up
Picked up a
5, so
little
they've improved
Improved a
by
little bit.
5 at least. But I don't know on the other side what's
I'm
happened.
not sure Cousin Bruce has picked up too many.
No,
It's
he
about
did
18-6
get a
maybe?
1. Yeah,
18-8,
no,
18-6.
Yeah.
So Maddie France is holding sway in that one. 2 inks in the middle here are quite close.
Yep.
There's not much in those.
1 shot in it. I think Brad King's up by 1.
So Steve Beckwith might have picked up a few as well.
It's hard to see that rink.
It's
Isn't
so
it?
hard,
Is
yeah.
it a 13, Peter, or not?
Well, that was my. You confirmed what my guess was.
Yeah.
It might really be 13 all now.
You're
or
around a bit further than me.
13.
Yeah, Doug went to get
So
it.
the aggregate was just changed. 67 ends now. 54 to Northern. 78.
So
to
that's
Eastern.
yeah.
Don't know
20,
what that
20,
includes and what doesn't.
22. They've improved by 4. I think it was 26 before that. It's 22 shots now.
So it's still 38 ends to go. Plenty of time. But it's going to take every rink.
Yep.
Every rink's going to have to do a little bit of the heavy lifting.
Yeah. The
Kieran is back on the jack. So he had one end off, but he's back.
Yep, back on the jack. Yeah, good boy. He's played well. Yeah. Yeah. Do we need Northern need the Bruce Manning rink to pick
Yeah.
up a bit, just to help the Ag. Don't worry about winning the game. That'll probably be near impossible.
Well, Maddie France is having a bit of
run,
a run
so
there,
the
so
Northern boys might have
gives
shot
them
here.
hope. Oh, it's a great return there from Richie Morecambe. Just down, but a great position.
Yep, very good.
So Thompson will be looking to slide around their shot bowl to that last Richie bowl. Hasn't quite got the.
Hasn't got the
He hasn't got the
grass,
line.
but pretty.
Weight's not bad.
Gee, good weight.
Still a good bowl. Still.
Richie's given us a chance. He's played some pretty good weight here, I think.
He's just going to turn.
Yeah,
well, it's in the head.
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
as Stephen Pfister said.
That's what they've been lacking a bit.
Just bowls in the head.
Yeah. Well, we all know that's the most important thing in the game.
Yeah. Let's the skipper get some glory if he's good enough.
Take the pressure off the skipper a bit anyway.
Yeah, no, that was a bit of a slips. So I'm not sure how many Bruce Manning got, but he won the end, so that's a start.
Righto, well that's like, yes, that's a start.
So that's a start.
Yeah, well, they were running at the head over there, weren't they?
They were, so
that was a good sign.
You'd hope
for
it was a couple.
Northern boys. So yeah, we know we want to spark this game up a bit.
We do. Yeah, Waite's good, just lost his line there, Chad. So contemplation going on.
Yeah, like I said, sometimes it's harder when you got shot. Work out what to do or what to play.
So he's just been called to just get to really the back of his shot ball, really. Turn that a little bit over. He's only drawing. They don't have anything behind at this stage, but...
That's happened a bit too.
Yeah. He's lost his line there.
It's a nothing bowl, but that's right. That's pretty easy to do. That's a pretty easy shot, that one.
Yeah, it's one of the most popular.
I play him often. Short and skinny. Certainly a very good setup, this live streaming, Peter. First time I've been involved, and it's it's magnificent. They do a good job.
Yeah,
guys.
that's why we bring that in. Lomax, Dean and Sharon are pushing the buttons. They're in the nice, cool office. But it's actually quite nice out here.
Yeah, it's nice.
I was dreading today, but it's quite nice. So Dean and Sharon, Lomax Productions, they work out of Bunbury.
Good.
So good country, small company.
Country crew, yeah.
So anyone out there looking for some live streaming, you never know. If you're association or something, I'm sure they'll entertain anything.
Yeah. No, sugar, please.
We didn't quite get the role that he wanted.
Sorry, I was ordering a drink off.
Ordering a drink off the president. Made contact, but just flopped in front. So still a good setup. Yeah, so just Google, I'm sure, Lomax Productions. Work out of Bunbury. I know they've recently been playing community bowls at the Bunbury Bowling Club.
Yep.
They've been enjoying that.
Yep, great.
Not very good, so they tell me. I'm sure they're just understating how good they are, but not a lot of wins coming their way. But they're on the road.
Yes, that's great. So to watch this, which is the best way? Just go to the WA Bowls website?
To find the streaming?
Yep.
Well, if you're listening to this, you already found it. But,
yes, that's right.
But it will be on YouTube as well in the week. So if you're watching it on YouTube later in the week, because we put the replay up.
Yep.
So it's just streamer.com.au, it's called. And there's also a link we put on the Facebook page. So just go to our Facebook page and you'll be able to find a link straight to the particular game as well. So streamer, and it's obviously we used to be doing the Facebook, but there's not a lot of promotion on Facebook. If you find us, you're probably looking for us on Facebook. But streamer has a lot of different. It's run by seven whatever they are, 7 News, 7 Plus.
Yep.
7 West. 7 West. So that's the West Australian as well. So we've got a few stories in the West Australian and local papers as well.
Yep.
Purely because we're now on the streamer network. A few of the lesser sports are there. So if you're into something else, you might find something else that you like as well. Yeah. But the numbers for the state singles, our first time, was really good. Really good for our first time on streamer.
Oh, good.
So when you go there, I'd say if you're going through YouTube, then the next event, Country Week Finals, I think will be our next event. Country Week Men's Finals. Yep. If you go directly there, there is something comes up for you to pay $5. You don't have to pay the $5. Just cross it out and continue on. So don't think you have to pay. Yep. If you want to pay, then that gives you a few extra things, but there's no need at all to do it. Yep. So far so good, but certainly Mr. and Mrs. Lomax are treating us very well, very professional.
Yeah, doing a good job. Well, he played
That's a great shot.
exactly the shot he called.
Yep.
That is a fantastic shot,
Off
Steve
the side.
Fuster. Yeah, he
He's
called
got
Chad
one.
on.
That's going to give him a bit of confidence.
Yes. He called Chad on that. He said best to get off the edge of this. So that was great. He's got a smile on his face, so he's feeling a bit better about himself.
Yeah. And now they're under a bit of pressure here.
Yeah.
Not a lot of options. It's a wall in front.
Yes, hard shot. Pete, I'll go and have a little break and go for a run up the other rink. Yeah, well, I'm the youngest.
Just stretch your legs. You're the youngest.
I'll let the boss come in.
We'll see you again soon. So really good. Yeah, really good effort. Didn't quite.
Only holding one, do you think, Pete?
Yeah, no, definitely only holding one. Welcome back.
Yeah.
You've been stretching the legs.
Yeah,
Having a look at the other games.
Getting a bit of feedback. Clive texted me. He asked me if I could go back on because he thought his position was threatened. If Phil stayed there, he feels much safer.
Much safer with you.
With me.
He definitely feels safe with me. I know that.
So I got a few words of advice as I travelled around. But
he's coming with a little wave. He sits this in the middle, rolls off it. I just didn't quite get the right side, but just importantly, he's taken away the shelf. So just this shot's a bit more precision, but so he's just looking to arrive on that shot. Pardon me, shot bowl.
the wind sort of settled in now, isn't it? It's just steady, and it has tapered from when I was on last.
Yeah.
It's great to see.
Swung a little bit more towards
The south.
Yeah. Is that the direction?
It is, yeah.
Okay, good.
Assure me.
So another one. So that's now 4 ends in a row they've won. They move to 13. Eastern stay on 21. So
it's important. It's a critical part of the game because you know that across the 5 rinks, which this format's played in, that you pick up a couple of multiples and the game, that aggregate, you know, can spread either way if depending on who gets them, of course. But you know, so it's just you can't relax even though you're in front on the big board.
No, you never know what's going to happen on another rink. Something you can't control.
So if you just hand me that card there, and I just in talking to on my way around, I got obviously people are listening because I got corrected on a few things, Pete.
Were your mistakes or mine?
Oh, mine. I've got a degree in making mistakes, but we got picked up badly. As much as I thought I corrected about Chad Eva being
3 Springs.
3 Springs. I said Carnamart, of course.
Yeah.
You know, little country towns like we all come from.
I did say 3 Springs to start with. If you didn't, you missed it. So I'm on the ball. Vicky would. Don't worry about the other people. Vicky would kill me if I got that wrong.
Oh, I think his wife's got a contract out on me at the moment. But I did say your farm's that big; it does stretch from 3 Springs into Carnamart.
Yeah, you did.
So I thought that was my way out of that situation. I had a chat. Here we go again. That lead from as much as the Northern League has in the last few ends seems to
be. He's found it a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, he has. But young Karen's
very good.
Very good.
The only ordinary end he had is when they dropped the 4. Going back this way, the last time they went back this way, they dropped to 4, and that was the only bad end he's had. So
good on the mat, isn't he? Has 3. That one there is he plays off a 3 handicap, Peter.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah, there's hear this story time and time
he's
again.
He's a John Sharp type, and
they good at golf, good at bowls. It's a real good transition sport out of golf. They just pick it up real quick.
Yep. be a bit of a dusty old course at Wiley, wasn't it? It's a dusty old course at Cunderton, I assume Wiley be
Well, they get dusty.
in the winter. In the winter, it was pretty good.
Once you get over the scarp, I don't think there's anything green. Perhaps. Albeit in the winter it's different, of course.
Yes, in the winter. It does require, well, I know the Cunderton one required a bit of mowing in the winter.
Yeah.
So I assume the others are similar.
Be no different. Bar when you get to Kalgoorlie, maybe, where they I think that they reticulate quite a bit of theirs. But
Yes.
So
Donald backing him up. Is he going to get a piece of this jack? No, but he won't go far. It's still a really good roll. He's backed him up really well.
represented the zone quite a few times, Dutchie,
Yep.
as we call him.
Yep.
Not as many as his father. I was talking to Brian, or Blue, as he's affectionately known. He played 51 zone games. Not 51 years.
Yeah. That would be impressive,
No.
I must say. So 3 a year.
It's a lot.
Have you done the
17.
maths?
Yeah, 17.
17
Yeah.
years.
So that's not,
yeah,
it's not a bad
that's,
effort.
That's a good effort.
In
In a small league, but a really, obviously I was involved in that league, a really strong league.
Yes.
Cunderton, Tamman, Quirting, Calabaran.
Yes.
Really strong little league.
Yes. And now, of course, Shackleton and Doodle
Shackleton, Doodle Connor in it. And
top division. And no, it is. It's a
great shot here. Again, just slides under that jack.
But it's a great set.
Great rolls.
Yeah, and then so he backed that up with 110 league games. So which is, when we came into it from the Eastern Zone,
Yep.
From Avon rather league into the Eastern Zone, that sort of gave them an extra game. I played against him, and you would have played with him though, probably.
Yep. Played with and against him. Yes.
Yep.
Played against Blue. Where did I play?
Well,
Might have been a semi-final of one of my first country singles.
Oh wow!
I think it was him.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think it was. So I was at Wongan Hills at that point, so they didn't know him. We didn't know each other. Pretty sure that was the semi-final of the country singles.
Chad's played this pretty well. Needs a bit of assistance.
Yeah, needs to flop correctly.
Foot away.
But still.
And that
cool shot.
We'll wait till the end, till this end's complete, because it's actually could be quite significant, depending if Ant can just trail this.
Yeah, if he can trail it and hide it away behind their shot bowls. So there is a bit of turn on this side at the moment with the breeze. Ooh, he's going to trail it a fair way, which is okay. I reckon that's pretty good. 4 shots. That's very good. Quite hard to get to.
Not impossible, but you're dead right. Difficult. There's a bit of traffic.
Yeah. So he's come this wider side. It's interesting.
Well, like you say, there's a face that he can work off there.
Can he find a hole?
Oh, he's got.
Or can he get all of that one? Well, that's helping.
That's helping. Second shot. That's help. That's chopped 3 out.
Third shot. They haven't
Third
agreed
shot.
all day, those two.
Oh, right, yeah.
Jeff holds up 2 fingers.
Right out. So he's going to have to choose a tighter line here, and he'll work off his own bowls, promote or slide off.
Yep. So he hasn't got a tighter line. He's probably got a wider line, but hasn't got the weight. Just wasn't far away.
So either side of that front turquoisey bowl, as long as you got the weight, you can count.
There's a draw line on either side of it. You can you slide, if you're underneath, you'll slide in under the green bowl when you finish for shot, hopefully, if you've got the right weight.
Karen just pointing out the line he needs to take as he puts his foot, plants his foot, the line he needs to slide through on, but
he'll know more than most.
Yeah, he's picked it beautifully.
Yeah, so So either side of this blue bowl with good draw weight, there is a hole. No, I think he's taken the more aggressive option here and hasn't got it out there.
Easy to be tight.
Yeah, which does work as well, but so there's no problem with that.
So, interestingly, Jeff Main takes the other hand.
Yeah.
Maybe, and after calling everyone on the opposite hands, there you go.
Skipper's keeping it for himself.
That's a good skipper, isn't it, when you save that for yourself? I'll show him how to do it, and he does.
Yes. Okay, well, it counts. It's 3.
So Steve, yeah, he's sticking to that way.
Yeah, so he's after a slide up there, or maybe the jack.
There's a bit of air.
Can he get the jack? No, that was the angle on that hand, unfortunately.
He was playing for a nice fat rub on that,
Yeah.
which he nearly got. So Gunch, he knows the line, he knows the weight.
So there's no need to change here.
And he's calling him up. I would have thought.
Oh, unless he's thinking about getting rid of that red bowl sticking out on
potentially
the
holding
black bowl with the red sticker.
Yeah.
It could be holding him out of. Another 3.
So as they're having that discussion, Pete, and we're talking about Brian Thompson, about blue and the Tamman background and the amount of games he's played and at these different levels, and so that leads us into the 125th anniversary of Bowls WA.
Definitely.
And selection of All-Stars sides or teams of the century, albeit 125 year.
Yes.
But teams of our history, so male, female, country, metro,
and state.
And state.
So 5 different teams. Got a couple other little ideas as well we might throw in there as well, but certainly we'll get out some going through all the stats and who's won what and all that kind of thing at the moment.
Did you have any surprises? I've seen some of the homework and it's substantial. A few surprised you that they'd done so much or done so little?
I actually can't think of names, but I'm sort of remembering that I think there was a couple that I thought, geez, I know they're a really good player, and they haven't really won much because they're hard to win. They really are hard to win, whether it's country week for the country or state events for everybody. They are quite hard to win. Just because you get to one doesn't mean you're going to ever get back again. So there were a couple of players, and I can't quite remember their names, but I know they're quality players. And I'd have them close to a best ever country 16, but they've hardly won anything.
Yeah, and
that necessarily won't keep them out of it. They'll certainly be considered.
And if you have to be objective in the decision making, which would be a prerequisite, so you take that subjectivity out of it to a point. There'll be maybe surprises, maybe not. You can always back up your decision if you've got some objective measurement involved in it. So it's a safety mechanism.
So we'll put together, as you know, you'll be chairing the little selection committee that we'll have. We'll put out a squad based on statistics mainly.
Yes.
Because that's really the only way you can do it. If we all have different opinions about how good different players are.
Yes.
But you've got to be able to back it up, and so there'll be squads announced really, really soon for country, especially. And then the little selection panel will get together and see what they can come up with and create some discussions. Usually the ones that are left out create the most discussions.
Yes.
So there'll be a fair bit of that, I think.
Phil Manning, I see Phil Manning slipped in there as I was going through the list.
Probably hasn't won as much as I thought he might. He might be one. He's won a couple of country weeks.
He paid for my meal last night, so I'm thinking that may have been an enticement when he found out I was chairing the selection.
But, former state player,
yes.
A couple of country week titles.
6 state games. Like you say, state titles.
Feeling he might make the squad.
Yes, he'll be thereabouts.
And then we'll see what goes from there.
But bearing in mind, I'm definitely only chairing that. But I'll be surrounding myself.
No. You'll have some say.
I'll be surrounding myself with some people with credibility in this area that have seen him and been there. Keith Donkin. Wow.
Yes.
So listening to his knowledge, you're not going to question things.
No, definitely not. So
Colin Flay, Jeff Wyatt.
So we need a couple more.
And a few, yeah, we'll work towards building that, and then we'll get access into some northern guys and so forth, and speak to them.
Yeah, we'll certainly talk to a few different eras, especially the older ones, obviously. A little bit more hard to judge for us younger people. Phil probably remembers a fair few of them, but us younger ones probably don't.
So 24-13.
Yeah,
on
so that
15.
so that was a 3 in the end. So Phil's back on the mic, Dean.
I
Don't turn.
don't know whether I'm on. Am I on?
Don't turn it on. Is he back on, Dean? Can we? Oh, what a shame. Okay, yes.
Oh yeah, no. I've got an update from next door, and
Okay.
it's Southern, great, not Southern.
Southwest?
Southwest, 27 shots up. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Mainly Simpson again. He's about 12 or 13 in front, I think. 19.6, I think it is. 13. Yeah. So they've jumped away like same as here. Yes, Bruce is struggling. Yes, he hasn't
picked
got
up a
back
couple,
in it.
but he's dropped a few more.
Sort of trying to fight back 22-14.
Yeah, so we're just getting an
Bruce is
update on
down
the
now.
big board over there.
Just
Man
getting
with
one.
the pad.
And of course our show rink, they caught up a bit, but they just dropped the 3
Dropped
then,
the 3,
which
but
doesn't help.
they hold
holding
2 or
3
3
now, so let's see what happens.
We think Eastern are 100 and Northern are 60, so
I'm going inside to have a look.
40 shots after 80 ends, so 25 ends to play. That's a long way back.
It is.
That's a long way back. So Eastern look, the defending champions look like they're starting their campaign pretty strongly against the host zone.
Yes, you'd much prefer to be on their side of the board at this point. They should be able. You should be able to control the amount of control the game from this position. You would think, but famous last words.
Yes. Just want those middle rinks that are pretty close to maybe pick up a few and at least get a couple of rinks. Because you never know what might happen. It's pretty hard to go through the tournament undefeated.
Yes.
I think as we discussed at the start, it's very hard to pick a winner. They've all got their strengths, and whoever's best in the game will win. So it's hard to pick a winner.
So, and if you are going to lose, keep it tight because, as we know, you might not go through undefeated, Peter.
So yes,
as you say. So I was just watching the next one along of 13 all between Chris Shell and Shane Judici-Nairn, a couple of quality bowlers, and then the rest of the teams are obviously with Michael Ford and Phil Jones and young Shawnee Crees. They're good sides. Both sides are very strong.
I'll let you carry on and then I'll correct you. One of those mistakes.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, no, I'm looking at the other one. It's 19...
15-14.
15-14.
So
I'm looking across on Harold Flay.
Harold
playing
Flay's
Kingy.
rink. Yes, playing Brad King. So they're 13 all.
They're 13 all.
Judici-Nairn is 14. Against Chris Shell's 15. Bruce Manning is in what I've heard, I think it's 27-9 now. Matthew France is really going away with that one. They might have played, and we know Matthew France plays pretty quick.
Yes.
I think they might have played 19 ends, so I think they're a bit more advanced than everyone else.
That is Matty's style, isn't it? He just gets on, picks up, turns around, executes.
Yep. Even discussions are quick. And as a last drink, I think Ash Sharp is 22-14 against Steve Beckwith, I think. So at the moment they're winning on 4 of the 5 rinks and drawing the other. So it's a big morning at the moment for the Eastern Zone. So while all that is happening, the Jacks moved. We missed the Jack. Sorry.
Yes, I saw it. I did.
The viewers are seeing the Jack move, and I'm going off on other scores. So
I saw it. He picked it up and trailed it, and only for 1, but I think so. Sat with it, and Eastern have got the next 3 shots, I suspect.
Yes.
But it is offset. Well, maybe he won't. No, he won't get a look at it. Will he get a look at that? Do you think? From the mat, that won't look attractive.
No, it won't.
The second shot's okay.
It's sort of that in-out. You need to come down the centre line on his forehand. It's a shot I never really liked, coming down the centre line and having to go in-out. It's not one of my strengths. But
So
it looks
but
like
that's
might be what he might be playing. Or he'll be going around those bowls with a bit less weight. One of the two.
when
those
you're
front
11 shots up, you can be a bit more adventurous.
Yeah, so he's going around those bowls with a bit less weight. He may just give them another one, but
Oh, yes.
it's probably two.
So 2 up. This is a result of Chad Eva trailing the jack.
Yeah. So if Stephen could add 1 or 2 here for 3 or 4, with still 5 ends to play, you never know.
Yes.
Never know. Oh, he doesn't want another hole.
Oh, but he's got a bowl to go,
He does.
so he can add still. So
More conservative approach this time. He's back to the backhand and looking to draw a shot. So looking to beat that red bowl, but he has not got the weight. So opportunity to add 1 more here.
important bowl.
Every shot is required, whether aggregate or rink.
He's watching. Chad's waving, telling us it may be a tad wide.
He needs a seat because he's a tad quick as well. So that'll be 2.
That'd be 2.
So they'll go to 15, 24.
So one of the bowlers that's not playing, we don't actually talk about who's not here, but is Greg Vaughan from Narrabeen.
Yep.
He did his Achilles as they're playing at Quairading in the
did he?
league. So, yeah, but he's a walk-up start. He's one of those guys
Yeah.
that are, I not only myself, but everyone rates within our league, and I think within all the country bowlers, he's well known. Great bowler, and he's he's just unlucky to do that, and that's puts the rest of the season to bed for him.
Yeah.
He had his operation a couple of days ago, but so if Fawny's out there just happens to be listening, hope you get better soon, mate, and yeah, we'll keep an
So
eye
that
out
was
for you on the
on
green.
the green?
Yeah, look, I was there. It was at Quairading. He was only following his bowl down, and
That's what happens for these energetic skippers.
yeah. So it was obviously going to be close, but so Vaughan's following it down, then he collapses, and no one really knew at first. He did, because he obviously knows where the pain was coming from. We could only hear the pain; he could feel it. So it was terrible. So, and I was speaking to him as when they got him off and so forth, and he was pretty clear in his mind, and off he went. So they've reattached it. No doubt he'll be in a moon boot, and he just has to hang his bowls up for a little bit. But sadly missed. Here today. He has a bit of colour and he's a bit more class, and not saying there's not good bowlers here, but he's one that's out of the box in my opinion. So we'll miss him and miss him at Country Week. So good, best of luck and quick recovery, mate.
Quick recovery. We'll see him next season.
Yeah.
Great start there from Kent. They have stretched it out a little bit. This is much longer than they've been playing mostly. I think they might have had 1 close to this, but the current score is 24-15. So two shots.
2 shots.
2 shots to the Northern. So they're looking to, 9 shots now. 9 shots with 5 to play.
And it's doable. They've got the first of them.
Yeah, definitely.
This may be the length they should have been playing for a while.
Well, it's hard when you can't get the jack.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one downfall of
Fair
the system.
call, yeah.
Change the length, but
Should be
you've got to
pity.
win one first.
Yeah, but Keren's he's pretty classy. This guy, in his first one, his weight is jack high, so
So
it's just adapting to the line.
He might have pushed it out there again, has he? He's starting to swoop.
But it's in the game. That won't be a nice piece of territory to own back there.
So this is a bit more on CBH. No wonder that February the AGM, but they've also got regional workshops in March. Do you attend any of those regional workshops?
Those those part of those
Yeah,
workshops.
so they're across the 4 port zones.
Yeah, I mean,
So they haven't got locations or dates at the moment, but they say they reckon they're in March.
Yep. They'll be a work in progress. The other one they'll be doing, and they're going to CBH are very socially aware and put their money where their mouth is, for want of a better phrase. But so they put a lot of money back into different communities, and they survey. They do it. It's an online survey, and they'll do through the growers and the community members, and see where, if they're going to channel money, where it gets the best effect, who's in most need, and so forth. So they're really good. So, but they don't just do it off their own bat, if you like. They like to workshop and get ideas from community and grower members.
So they've got a newsletter. Does every farmer get that? The down the line newsletter?
Yeah, they will.
Is that just a...
Yep, as to what's happening.
As to what's happening, they keep you informed.
And the world we live in, you go online, and people know they're a avenue and for funding, and so they do get used. I don't know how much they actually pump back into the community, and I'm sure that they would be so very pleased to tell us, because it's something you'd be really proud of. But, they
so
do
not only you've got the AGMs and the tours and all that good stuff in members forum in February, but look out for those March workshops as well, which will be more regional, so maybe a bit more opportunity to get to from the regional point of view if you can't make it into the city for those February AGM dates.
And I'll just on that, they call it their CBH Community Investment Fund, so driven by members and financially sort of supported by CBH. Great idea.
My sister and brother-in-law working CBH this year. They were at Brookton.
Oh, righto. Yep.
They travel Australia. They pop back to Perth, earn some more money, then off they go again in their caravan, and they were out at Brookton CBH this year.
Righto.
Toiling away, enjoying themselves.
Yeah, I reckon I'd head south where it's a bit cooler. Not that Brookton's too far south.
No, so they've finished up there. I think they're off to Tasmania soon.
I see one of the Brookton stalwarts in Barry Coot, as that bowl's just going to pull up short of desired. He was reserved, but they tell me he's down playing Pennis today back in Brookton. Would have been good to catch up with Barry. He's always good for a chat.
So holding one, can Chad add a second just to keep the ball rolling and maybe give them just a little sniff of winning this rink? Just ran through a little bit.
So, what shot do you see here for Ant?
That
look a bit busy in front?
Yeah, I would probably be just drawing another close one on the backhand myself.
Yeah.
They don't have to do anything stupid, but...
The wind should give it enough swoop to be around there.
If he beats his own on the side, they're just between the bowls of the feet of Jeff there.
Yeah.
He may get back, gives him another second.
If he
just gives Jeff something to play with when he turns over.
See if
he happens to be a bit tight and turns his own or turns the shot bowl, doesn't really matter. It's already shot anyway. He's just going to be a good call. Oh, Phil's back on the microphone.
Yeah.
You've returned.
Yeah. I've just been in, have a look at technology. It's good. We've had a few requests for, other rink scores on the other side there. We've given a few, some updates.
Over the side or on the screen?
So just let everyone know that this afternoon we're going to work on a roaming microphone, so we can nick along and just call the skippers and the rinks and give some scores if you guys think that's okay. They're going to try and do it inside, because they've had a few messages about
it's pretty hard to
other
see
scores. So sorry to everyone out there, because we're sort of running around doing this ourselves. Usually you might have someone doing that for you, so we have to go for a spin ourselves. So they're going to work on that this Arvo, so we can call every now and then all the rinks and the skippers and the teams.
And at lunchtime on the bowls link, on where you'd go for your state events or scores, there's also country round robin, so I'll put all the scores into there for the individual skippers as well. So you'll be able to see how your players went if you just go to the bowls link.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and so hopefully we're going to try and get it up and running. We're just looking for an earpiece so that someone can pop it in and go for a walk and report back live.
We're not going to let you loose, are we?
Well, I'm a bit hypo, so that's the sort of good job for me. I'll be quicker than Doug.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Well, I thought you'd be in here you're halfway into Clive's job as we speak. And
now you're taking the
I'm sort of trying to upskill a bit, so I've got a few more qualifications than Clive.
You'll be working at the Big Bash final.
Yeah, trying to get a few more qualifications than Clive and a bit more. Yeah, I couldn't imagine Clive running around the rinks looking at
Definitely
the scores.
No. So Jeff on the backhand, still trying to draw shot, I would think. Don't think he'll be playing anything. He's going to make a lie out of me, I know. Nope, drawing shot. Doesn't need to do anything silly. He's been drawing well enough. He's trying to get down.
let's look at another. Yeah. That's a good cider.
It is. It's a bit of a cider for both of them.
Yes.
So they do need multiples. If they're going to win this game, they do need multiples. Well, I just hung it a touch wide. So not a lot of correction needed here.
No. So the feedback I've had has been the quality.
Everything's holding together.
Of the vision. As
turn the favour. No, probably got the right. Got the other one. It probably would have sent it in for another counter.
So they tell me it's coming through really good. Commentary's debatable.
It's
fairly spectacular setup in there, and
there's a lot of
really good.
So we were here at
good quality.
3:30 yesterday afternoon and did a little bit, and then came back in the day. Well, I watched them do a little bit, and then they spent about an hour last night trying to set up with cords and everything, and then back here at 6:30 this morning with all the cameras. So, what are we, 16-24 on the score. One shot, so 8 4 ends to play.
Doable?
Absolutely. Certainly. You look at the last 7 ends. Fuster's won 6 of them, so certainly got back in the game. They just need more than one.
Yeah.
They really, another 4 or 5 here would really set the game up. And Kent has certainly, I think he's probably improved as the game has gone on.
Absolutely.
He's certainly okay at the first half, but I think the second half.
Yeah, he's gone to another level.
I think he's risen a little bit,
That's
definitely.
Reflected in the number of ends they've won on the trot.
And another one here.
Good balls here.
2 good shots.
Confident. This will be his first round robin, I'd suggest.
Yes, Phil. It is, yeah. He's pretty excited. Let me give you the tip.
And as someone has suggested, will Furness turn up the heat? But he's just been solid the entire game.
Definitely.
I'll see if I can go and get some info next door and let the people out there know how the Southern and Great Southern are going.
Yep.
So Richie looking to build on his leader's bowls. Just run through a little, but good home.
Big bowl from Dutchy here, done from Donald Thompson. Really needs to just sit that second shot.
It's gone a little bit quiet, so that should turn a bit. The wind has just died down.
I think he had to wait till he crashed, but
so that Matty France rink has finished against Bruce Manning. Maddie Francis won 31-9. So really strong start
That's
from the current Country Week singles champion, looking to make it, what's he making, 3 in a row?
yes.
I need someone to stop him. We can't have 3 in a row. I only won 2 in a row. He told me last year, I'm coming for you, I'm coming. So I need someone to stop anyone, please.
Yeah. So Donald, probably the wind dropped a little bit on that last one, so it swooped a bit more than he would have anticipated.
Yeah.
So whether he has,
It's just,
well, that helps maybe.
Yeah, it does.
Sits that other bowl out of contention.
Might well only be 1. It's hard to tell. Camera angle certainly
just
says
the one.
It should be 1.
Yeah, and so does Stephen Fuster. So he agrees that it's just the one. Chad Eva needs to add here.
Stephen's called it
Steve,
early.
He's called it earlier, right? He's called the line, whether he's called the weight.
He didn't call the weight. We'll give him that. Give him an out. So a change of hands for Eastern. Anthony. So you'll get a little bit more turn out of this hand, although the breeze is really light now. So edges help.
2 foot in front, probably.
Yes.
Which his call is, it's through the underneath the blue piece of the jack's okay because they have the catcher on that side of the head. So that means reach, Chad.
Yes, yes. Subtle little messaging. And he's played it pretty well.
Yeah, he's done this
certainly
very well.
slide under there.
And brilliant.
Piece of jack,
and
makes 3.
Made 3, very good.
Great shot. Didn't put it out too much either. The jack is still not exposed, which is perfect.
And one very happy skipper.
Yes, yes.
All in the call, we think, Steve. No, that was very well executed on behalf of young Chad. Ant's got to get through a little bit of traffic.
Yeah, he's just pinched the line. Not sure he's calling for quite that much weight. But 2 or 3.
The back end for Eastern and some of the other guys, they're just not ones that'll panic. They're really level. There's look very little emotion shown. It'll be a quiet chat, clap of the hands, go and do it. So
very calm.
Yeah, it's what you need.
Conserving energy. Jeff doesn't move that fast.
Yeah, lopes back to his mat.
He only has to take half the amount of steps as most people. But
yeah, great demeanour from your skip when they're like that. You know, you never feel what they're thinking. You know.
Yep.
So if you feel at ease, you'll bowl better.
He certainly does that.
So this is critical end again. And would you have picked? Did I get that wrong? I would have perhaps thought the other hand. But anyway, he knows what he's doing through that gate. That's exactly what he's called Chad on. And if he sits those 2, he counts.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's just preference here. Round at 100, he's called for either.
Or through it.
Didn't get quite either.
I thought it was far enough in front of Jack that he may have looked for the other side with his outside red.
It did look. Maybe he just doesn't want to get back and touch the jack and.
Yeah, or trail. Yes, right.
Trail.
Absolutely.
Or sit one out there jack high to give him something to look at.
Well, he's got him. He's holding him, so they have to take him off.
Track here looks a little. Is he going to squeeze under the red or not? No, he's not.
Make contact.
Oh, he might need.
Oh,
yeah, that's made another one. So.
Well, that's 4.
This is becoming very interesting. This little end. This is an opportunity.
Yeah, and so he's going to play to that blue to the back bowl. That's 5th shot.
Yeah.
Holding 4.
He's coming quite.
Don't be too tight.
Too much. How much? Don't know. Is that made?
Suggest 5.
Yeah. Still
Phil-
covered.
Phil thinks 3.
Very conservative, Phil.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's trying to keep.
Turn.
I'm surprised he didn't jump off the seat. He might jump off the seat if there's a 5 here. Well, they've done all they can. Can they hold him? It's not an easy little track in there. There is a track, but it's not an easy track.
And he's not going to clean them out.
There's plenty of things that he could just touch. Well, on its way. Looks tightish. He may help. Certainly helped.
Yes.
Certainly helped. Might have got back to 2, did it? So 2 shots.
2
So probably
shots.
from 4 or 5 to 2. And so that'll take the score to their score to 18. And Phil's back on the mic. He's going to give us an update.
Rightio, yes, the Southwestern Southern. Simpson's going well still. He's in front 20-9. Garrett's winning against Holty. Warren 15-10. O'Meara's up against Keep 16-12. Darren Wilkinson's doing pretty well against Davison. He's winning 25-14. And McGregor's one in front of Drayton 18-7. Across the rinks here, while I walk past to Matty Francis finished with my cousin Bruce. There, Bruce is very happy because he went down 31-9. Beckworth's down against Sharp, Ash Sharp 24-15. Brad King's a couple in front for the Northern boys 16-14. Shane Gertesy Naan is 19-15 up in front of Chris Shell. And our game here, obviously, 18-24 down. Fuster Mains in front, 24-18.
Very good. You could get a job. That is very well done.
Does that roving roll really well.
Yeah.
Yes, well, a few people have been asked for it, they said, inside. So this afternoon we'll get onto it a bit better. We might get a roaming mic and give you some more updates, which is...
So another rink's finishing over there. The Sharp Beckwith rink is finished. Maury Kamiri's getting down to measure. He may not get up.
Yes. We need a roving camera as well. So.
Sean, if you're listening to this, he may not get up out of this. Got down very gingerly.
Come on, get him! Come on, get it!
Shane Goosey Nan, as you might have heard, played a really good shot. Put 2 or 3 down, made 1.
So in the blitz, Pete, as you're well aware of what the blitz is and how it rolls, being the key man behind it. So I drafted Shane into my side,
yes,
as you'd be aware, and into the AFCRI Pinnacles as we were. So it was always going to be, and Sean Smith from York as well. But so we had a bit of country content, and I knew he was good, but he was he just cut some mustard at that standard.
He did.
Real easy.
He played really well,
and fits in. It was all that team side of it. He bought into that as well. So we really enjoyed it. I'm not sure. Whether it's fair travel, for these what they had to do from Geraldton. But once you put your name in, well, then you're signing up to it. So I was so glad that he took it on, and
he did.
And
no, he was great.
Yeah, he was great. We're lucky to have him.
Hey, bit of personality.
Yeah, Who else can talk about ride their skateboard into the game and snowboarding in Japan? And
exactly. Yeah, there's not many of us. So.
I was a bit concerned when he first looked at me, he measured me up, but I don't know what that was about. Those who know what he does for a living will.
Yeah, you got to always be prepared.
Yeah, potential client he saw me as, but it was good.
So again, Northern 1 up here after Kent led them off well again. So
he really has been the tail of the leaders, hasn't it? As the dominance has swung, so the scoreboard has as far as the leads go.
Yeah, pretty important spot, and it's proved it today.
Yes. I think Chad's gone up a gear too.
Yep, he's played some really good bowls.
That trail when he's done a few that's converted the head, which is his job.
He's close to this one too. Slip in will count. Yep. 2 shots.
Counts, and Steve Fuster's pretty happy. He can feel the.
Can feel
the
a bit of a comeback coming. Can they finish it off?
Just watch their actions just change ever so slightly as that pressure comes on. You know, it doesn't flow quite as well sometimes, but
it's a good shot here, Anthony. Coming in from a good angle.
Ant would know what pressure is. He just have bowl, will deliver.
That is the shot bowl. So Eastern back to 1 up.
Near enough to Jack High, is it, Pete?
Would have thought so. Very sittable.
Steve's interested.
Yeah, he's got a bit of weight on this one. So he's got the jack or...
He's got it, yeah.
Got a piece.
Did he flop in?
Not sure what that's done. Yeah.
Oh, maybe one down.
Okay.
We had 50 cents
we had
each
up
way.
And down. Yeah, had a bit each way, so we'll see what happens. So not a lot of options. He beats his own by a foot or so, he's shot. Just trying to get
good again
down.
if he gets underneath.
He gets it. Oh, he's going to get all of it. So that no, it didn't
not.
flop the right way. It flopped the other way. It might have well have been shot, but it didn't. So. So while they're crossing over, the aggregate, for those out there, is clearly done. Eastern will win this. They're currently 109 to 80, so 29 shots, 97 ends, so there's 8 to go. Not sure, it's 25-15 maybe, the Beckwith. Asher Sharp definitely won that rink over Stephen Beckwith. Goodisy Nan has got a bit of a lead, so he's going to give them a rink win, 15-21. He's up, we're just having a change. Doug is leaving us. He won't be back until this afternoon, I wouldn't think. Only a few ends to go. Mr. Manning has joined us again after his roving duties. He's a bit sweaty.
No, I like something to do.
Edge and a roll.
Might help.
Not sure what that did. Calling 1 to Northern. It's Anthony Ryan's call. So it's the perfect thing that the live stream game is actually going to be the last rink to finish, so that's always a good thing. So we'll be able to...
We just have to work a bit longer, Pete.
Yeah, they're going to have to hold lunch for us.
Yeah. Had a few more drive-by cars. There's a couple parked there. It's pretty good.
This must be a setup going on.
Yeah.
Local knowledge.
Yep.
So there's a fair bit of walking around.
There's
Looking to probably try and make more than one is the key, I think.
Yeah, because there's 2 more shots to go on Northern there. That's 18, isn't it?
Yes, 18-24. So 2 and end to a draw.
Yeah, well, they would have got out of jail if they get a draw out of this. But it's possible. Possible to win it.
Actually got a bit of a lead on the other two, the middle 2 rinks. They've jumped away for the Northern boys, so they may well grab 2 rinks. They can halve this one, 2.5 rinks.
It's rink wings in this competition are very important because not often a team wins 3 games. Yes,
it's very hard to win all 3. So
you lose the first one, you're still right in it. So every rink win's important.
Stephen be
well, is he
after
that one? He doesn't want to get the wrong side of it.
That'll
he that's down. He did get the wrong side of it. Yeah.
Thought the edge might have made him get to the right side of it,
yeah.
but it didn't.
Unlucky.
Yeah, took a bit of a chance. Still got one to fix it. Oh, no, he doesn't.
He's run out of
No,
ammo.
he's got none to fix it.
No, run out of ammo.
Mistake. Jeff drawing on the safe side. No dangers out there at all.
Played it pretty well,
He's
I reckon.
pretty close to this, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's drawn shot. Great bowl. Yeah. Yeah, good bowl.
Having a look for the second. Oh, definitely two.
Yep.
Two shots. Two. So the 19th end is done. 2 to the Eastern boys 26. Northern stay on 18 with 2 ends to play. So 8 shots and 2 ends.
Yeah, that made it hard.
That
Yeah,
can
they
be a
needed
little
that end. Even one would have been handy.
So can Kieran finish off what has been a really good game from him? The last 2 ends.
Good start.
That's pretty good, isn't it? No, back on it.
Yep.
Back on it.
Yeah, very nice. But this young fella certainly hasn't been disgraced. He's played
No.
very well, Kent. Yeah,
He's got better as the
started
game
off
went on.
brilliant. Had a bit of a bad spot in the middle and has really come back well.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
Tell you what, this is not too bad either. Yeah,
Yeah, just got hooked out wide a little bit, but
yeah, just got stuck. Reckon it'd be pretty easy to do out there in the breeze, although the breeze is pretty
it's pretty.
pretty calm for the coast, really.
I think the locals would be
Yeah.
saying, "Where is it?"
Would say there's no breeze. Yeah, this is, yeah, definitely.
Another good shot. Another great shot.
Yeah, good shot.
Great set.
Yep.
It doesn't take much time on the mat, Kent.
No.
So
He's liking this a bit.
yeah.
Or is he talking to
certainly
it?
The skip's liking it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he liked it.
Slide
Yeah,
under
pretty
there.
handy. Yeah.
It's a good
yeah.
shot. Yep.
Good boy. Good
well
spot.
played. Well played. Don Thompson, we're looking to beat that last Kent bowl when he's pretty close to that.
Yeah, no,
Just
played
got to
good.
just
Ooh.
slide around the back of it, but if you take that, nice position. So on the last end, on the other end, King is taking a 4-shot lead into the last end for 1915. And Giddy's, no, they might still have 1-2 to play. Not sure what happened on that last end. But he's 4 in front. Shane is.
Shane's 4 in front with one just a couple inches away from the jack, so
Yeah.
that's pretty handy.
Good shot here on Donald.
Yeah, very good.
That's a perfect shot.
Yeah, lovely. Good ball. Yeah, the Northern boys will be a bit disappointed if they lose these last 2 ends because they fought back well and they were right in it to the last end.
Yeah, exactly. They don't deserve to lose by 10 or
no,
something
no,
like that.
they
If
don't
can get it
deserve
back
to lose. No,
you know, 4 or 5, then that's
yeah,
probably
that'll be fair.
where they sit.
Hope Doug's got a report over there. There's a few rinks finishing there.
Yeah.
People might like to know what's going on.
He's wandering
He's
back.
more than likely over there talking to someone, but rather
No, he's on his way back, but he's just not quite as quick as you. He's wandering. But, yeah, he'll find someone to talk to on the way back.
yes, yep. Very approachable
Yep, there you
fellow.
go.
He's talking to someone, yeah.
Yeah, first stop. Didn't get past the first person.
Be like those Country Week books. The news will be old by the time we get it. Be outdated.
Yeah. So,
I don't think we're talking about Country Week books today, but we'll leave that subject
Yeah.
alone.
yeah, it's for another time. So Eastern probably holding 3, you would think.
Yes, easy.
Maybe even 4.
Pretty good.
Might just slide on
Hits
3.
that, it's pretty good.
Maybe only 2.
Took one out, yeah. I thought it was very good. It didn't end up right.
3 to 4 to 2.
Speaking about the breeze, Pete, it's just picked up a bit.
Yes.
Perhaps we will get a sea breeze.
Quite comfortable sitting here.
Beautiful.
Breeze on the back.
I hope Richie's here.
Yeah, his line's reasonable, but
Yeah, he's close if he's there. Oh, his weight was good. He was a bit tight.
Touch tight.
Well, next door rink, Shane. It's Udisi Nan's going to play another end, so it's just been killed.
Oh, a dead one. Okay. They're going to be confusion which end they were going to go to, but
If you can't agree, you play the same way, I think, don't you, Peter?
yes, if
Yeah.
you can't agree,
Yep.
you've got to bow the same
And if
way.
you want to play the same way, you hold the upper hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
you hold the.
No, we're
You
playing
can't.
that
You
way.
can't
too.
lose.
Yeah, you can't lose, yeah. Gee, that wind has picked up.
I don't think Jeff's given this enough, has
No,
he? Of
no,
anything.
Enough of both, yeah.
So 1 or 2, probably 2 down.
Yeah.
Draws the front toucher for 2.
Trails at a foot for 2 or 3.
Yeah, maybe even 3. Yep. Yeah, hang on to the papers.
Yeah.
Things are rolling again out here with the wind. Stephen might be a bit
I didn't
disappointed
think
with
he
this.
got that away very sweet. No, he's pulled up short. Yeah, didn't
Yeah.
come out of the hand very well.
Jeff
Bit more chance, I
Main
think.
is trying to add another one.
Played a pretty good bowl.
Doesn't want that jack.
Oh,
Sits
tell you
that
what.
one. Oh, not this.
Could have been a bit dangerous.
Yeah. So nothing's really
He's
changed.
probably holding 3 now.
She still needs that. Well, it was in the area.
Jack's calling it
It's a
better.
chance.
Might hit and sit.
Just
Little rub
little
off
jack.
that.
Oh,
Oh, my eye. You never know
yes.
your luck.
I think he might have done enough.
Never know your luck in the big city, yeah. Saved a couple at least.
As he made shot. Tape will tell.
Hang on, here he comes. No. Got it. Well done, Steve.
So 1
Yes. Well, that was a handy one.
Yeah,
That
one to
just makes it
Northern.
look a bit better, yeah.
moves them
Yeah.
to 19. Northern, the red. The yellows stay on 26. Last end. Last end. Can't aggregate is 100 ends, 114 to Eastern, 82 to Northern. So that's done and dusted. It's just a matter of how many rink wins we can all pick up.
And,
Eastern have 2 in the bag with the S Sharp and Matt France rinks winning comfortably.
Yeah, we'll
There's a little bit of a half. Bag's not quite full shut on this one. 7 or 8.
No, seven or an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, but the drawstring is
It's
closed
happened-
pretty good.
It's happened before, but don't think so. I think Steve would be happy to get past 20. Make him feel a bit better, him and the team. Good fight back. Just need to win that end a couple of ends ago, and they would have been in it with a bit of a chance.
Yeah. They held on to that 2 or 3. Mr. Kelly's back. Have you got scores for us? You want to grab that microphone? Put your glasses on. We'll see if he's in.
Yeah, righto, ready
Yeah,
to go.
yeah.
So Southern 82, Southwest 94. So it's tightish, but running out of ends. Few of the rinks have completed. You can see two rinks still going out there,
Yep.
and not many ends to go. So I would suggest that Southwest have got it at this stage.
As you say, you can see all those individual rink scores on BowlsLink. I'll put them on during lunchtime. So Bowls WA website, and then there's a state events, masters events little box. Click on that one and follow your nose from there. You should be able to find them. So I'll put up today's morning scores at lunch, and then tonight I'll put up the this afternoon scores.
Brad King's rink's finished. I don't know the result yet. I think he's going to win 20.
Yeah, they definitely turned his board.
21-15, I think it says. 21-15 to King.
King over Flay, 21-15. So that's
Yep.
one rink to the northern team.
Shane, courtesy Narn, has got 2 ends to play, and he's 4 shots in
Yeah.
front. And our show rink, you can see it's 7 to draw, 8 to win for the Northern boys. So hard task.
Yeah. The bowls on the green setup isn't quite looking for a big number either.
No,
So Eastern just keeping it tight.
especially
Tom
now.
Thompson's had a
Tomo's drawn
good
the shot.
game as well.
Yep, he's been pretty consistent today.
He's done good. To the third, so Chad Eva.
Well, he's given it a chance, gets a
Yeah.
little rub. No, he set it on the edge, had to hit a sit it fat.
Oh, bit of position.
You've got to play with a fair bit of weight though to get under that line. Hey, I'll have a crack. Yeah.
Anthony Ryan, can he he's put it a fair way out?
Yeah, mightn't come from there, but
No.
you never know. It has to be inside that to count, and it's got a bit of a show.
No, not
Good
quite.
weight, lovely weight.
He's looking for a bit of arriving, bit of jack movement.
Come on, 40.
Hope well 40. Just
Michael
watching the
Ford
rink
next
next
door.
door, Michael Ford.
Wild jack, sat the jack back for
Yep,
3 or 4. by the
beautiful
look of it.
shot, yep. Ex-Country Week singles and pairs winner. Current
pairs chair
winner
with
team,
Shane.
Yeah, with Shane, yeah.
Yes, they play very well together, clearly.
Yeah,
Really good
play together
understanding.
all the time, yeah. Yep.
Anthony's got better line this time. He's just
Yeah,
seems
but
to
he's not going to do much damage if he sits on this.
sits that.
Yeah.
Oh, just sliding under, but a good home. So it's probably only one to
Yep.
Eastern.
Yep, he had a sat that right in the middle. It might have changed things, but just missed.
So the skippers will play their last bowls. just another quick, and we'll certainly mention them next time as well, but CBH, our partners, thank you very much for them coming on board. And
yeah, fantastic.
remember the few things we've said. We've got the February, the members forum and AGM and cocktail function and skydiving off the top of Optus Stadium and whatever they do. If you're into that, please get in really quick. And then the regional workshops in March. For more information, there's the newsletter, down the line newsletter that you can have a look at on your emails or texts. And there's email community@cbh.com.au if you have any specific queries on those March 2023 6 regional workshops. The dates will come out shortly. So very much another thank you for them for being on board.
Yes, well done. Thanks, CBH. As Steve Hughes has drawn the shot, and I think Jeff's replied, yes, rolled it out. Yeah, good shot.
Well played.
Jeffrey.
So
Yep.
he's not giving anything away.
Definitely.
Giving him nothing.
Yeah, Steve's thinking, oh no, hang on, he's saying, get rid of that, he said. He's not going to muck around here, I think. Yeah, don't muck around. Yeah, exactly what I said. Don't muck around, hit it. Must have a couple of seconds, I reckon. Oh, he's a bit tentative. He's thinking, oh no, he's watching next door.
Shane moved a lot of things.
He was looking for his toucher.
They've actually finished.
The opposition had a toucher right in the ditch on the jack, and he was looking for his toucher to run onto.
They're actually playing their last end, even though the scoreboard said it was the second last end. So I'm not sure what the.
Oh, it's their last end, isn't it? Oh, right.
We'll try and get a quick.
They're both going to finish
Stephen
together.
Obviously, as you saw, missed on the high side.
I think
do have a.
I don't know whether the score. Perhaps the score's right, but the ends aren't right.
Changed as we speak.
The guy changing the board, not quite sure, but they've shaken hands, so it must be 21-18 on 21. As Jeff just slides by, it's all over. I think they've got
one more. Yep, one more to the Eastern on this rink, so that'll finish that end. So that'll be 27 to 19 will be the final score. With the Jeff Main, Anthony Ryan, Donald Thompson and Kieran Furness taking out that win. Eastern will also clearly win the aggregate. They had a win on the Ashley Sharp rink against Stephen Beckwith. For my notes, Matthew France beat Bruce Manning 31 to 9. Brad King's just won that over Flay 21-15. And Goosey Nam won 21-18. So 2 rinks to Northern, 3 rinks to Eastern. And a comfortable, as they walk past, Chad again, as I've mentioned, you know, all he was worried about was bowling a wrong bias on the live stream.
Oh, really?
So he hasn't done that, and he's played a pretty good game to boot. So
he has, yep.
So they all played pretty well. Just a bit of luck early from the Eastern put them a good way ahead.
Yeah,
and
the
then
middle of the game.
Yep. Chase from them. So Fiesta won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the last 11 ends. So really good second half. Will set them up for this afternoon.
Yeah, that middle bit.
So I think that really takes us to the end. And so 3 rinks to 2 to the Eastern boys. A comfortable aggregate win. We believe South Coastal will beat Southern on that far rink, but look up the scores on Bowls Link and we'll tell you again this afternoon about all the rink winners this afternoon when we start. We believe the program says 1 o'clock. They did mention something about 1:30 in the thing this morning, so there's a bit of confusion.
It won't be 1 o'clock, it's quarter past 12
So
now.
1 o'clock, look out for the new stream coming online where we will take the match of, who are we covering this afternoon? The Eastern versus the Southern. So Warren Holt versus Chris Shell will be the show rink. So I think that's all from us, Phil.
And hopefully this afternoon we might keep you updated on the scores on the other green a little more often.
So we'll get a couple of runners out.
Try and get a run out and get a bit more information for you.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Hope you've enjoyed it from the Denison Bowling Club, and we'll catch you again for the next game in approximately an hour's time from the Denison Bowling Club. Thank you very much. See you later.
Cheers.